Ladies and gentlemen, across the United States and many other great nations.
Fuck! Dude, this chair sucks dick.
The Sunday Evening Overdose. Where's your fucking radio show? I just don't see the use for firemen in society. Hey, we're gonna talk to little ghosts. We're gonna talk to little aliens. We're gonna talk to little police. We're gonna talk to little sharks. We're gonna do it all. This is why you really need to talk more consistently. Like, you really.
Why? I sound really loud, no?
I had your level fine, but then you're clipping, you know. Hey, fact checker! Fact checker!
Actually, that happened in 1967.
This show is the funniest show I've ever heard in my life.
More people should listen to us.
Hey, we get the news. We're gonna get drunk and tell you about things in the news that we don't know nothing about.
I know things.
There's a lot of reasons people don't listen to this, probably.
No.
It's another typical shark apologist in the media leading the way on this, of course. Call us up. Tell us what you think. We try to be interactive.
I wish I could meet this cocksucker. Smack him in the face.
Suck his cock.
Yes, what?
I don't know. I would like to go out to space with my gun and just see what happens.
And now, without further ado, the hosts of your favorite Sunday evening talk show, Vinny and the Earthling, here on the Sunday Evening Overdose.
Hello, welcome to the Sunday Evening Overdose, March 1st, 2015. Thank you very much for joining us. We're scrambling around to get the last fucking shit in place here.
It has been a weird week. We had half as many people working on the show this week as we usually do.
Yeah, this show's gonna suck.
Yeah. This is gonna be terrible.
Yeah,
I've been working all day and there's nothing to show for it.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, that was weird.
It got loud for a second. I don't fucking know. Of course the Earthling's not here. I don't know if he's even gonna be on the show anymore. I don't know what the fuck is going on with him. You would think he would try to fucking call at least, though.
You know, I feel like I say this a lot, but we should just kill him. Can't we just kill him?
The Earthling, the co-host, he said he thought he was gonna make it, but like, you know, obviously he's not gonna make it at this point, starting the show. And he doesn't call or anything to finalize and say, hey, I'm not gonna be there or whatever, or, you know.
Yeah. He just, well, I mean, we got it.
Whatever, man.
Rudely.
What the fuck? I don't give a shit anymore. I don't give a fuck. Sunday Evening Overdose. Welcome. Good evening. Hey.
Hey.
I'm in a bad mood for a lot of reasons. What is it? Like maybe one every 4 or 5 shows this happens.
Yeah.
Where I don't give a shit. I hate my girlfriend. She's a fucking asshole. I hate everyone in the world pretty much. I hate the internet and fighting with people on the internet again. I swore I would stop doing that. Fucking hate all of you pieces of shit. Why is everyone a cunt the second they click on a comment box? Everyone has to be a fucking piece of shit. Little scrutinizing faggot. What happens to people?
It's ridiculous. That's why I never comment on things, because it even happens to me, too.
I'm done.
I mean, I feel like I'm a fairly nice person, but I get on the internet and I'm a not super nice. You get this? I mean, you feel powerful. You're anonymous.
You do things
you get under people's skin.
You do things that you would never just like walk into a room and say the kind of things that you would fucking say in a you know, or walk in like you're a fucking piece of shit. You know, I might. I don't know, most people wouldn't. I don't know, dude. There's just like there's just I don't even want to run a YouTube channel anymore. I should just never look at any comments because if they are negative, it usually does piss me off enough that I want to fucking say something back to the stupid little fucking twat that says it.
And they're all negative on YouTube. No one ever says anything nice.
Yeah, they do, but I don't know. I mean, it's just really exhausting. Then why am I paying attention to people? Is this what people are really like? Has the internet revealed what we're really like? We all
Is it
just fucking
possible?
hyper-aware cunts just fucking scrutinizing everything everyone else does. Is that what the fuck? Is that what we are? Is that our natural state? And it just took the internet and the age
To
of
open it up
communication
for us, yeah.
to really be able to figure that out. I can't talk to anyone. There's like people I like in day-to-day life that I like them just fine when I've seen them. We maybe used to party. We maybe are connected through music or whatever it might be. And I like these people. And then when we're on the internet together, I fucking hate them. Where people are just, willing to be polarizing in their statements. And I do the same thing. Is you just say things that you would never say in a polite dinner setting or something. Yeah. So we're just, it's just, I hate people that I like, now I hate these motherfuckers. One that I hate a lot that's been going on all the time is just like these blanket statements about white people. Mm-hmm. I'm just getting sick of it, We went through like a time where it was sort of like, all right, okay, I got it. Things are changing and whatever. And but it's like at this point, like we come from a generation where we have never been racist. Like, I understand there's race. Everyone is racist. All right. Everyone fucking does it of every color. You just do things. You're weirded out by people who are different than you. It's just part of fucking life. But in the way of like racism that you gotta fucking carry signs around about.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, if you're like 30 or younger, haven't really done a lot of horribly racist things. We've been pretty conscious of that our whole lives, right? It's like,
in our area,
it was a huge part of our education growing up. You know what I mean? It was just it was not. I'm sorry. Basically, what I'm saying is like most white people, probably around bigger towns and cities, especially, have been anything but racist in most of their behavior in their life. You know what I mean? And I just am getting really sick of just the open season on white people, but you're crucified for saying anything else. Just the double standard in fucking in language,
Yeah.
that we've talked about a million times.
And I've always noticed that too.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm not going to be able to make it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How are you?
We were waiting for you to start the show.
Are you on your headset at home?
Yeah, does it sound all right?
It sounds okay.
Yeah,
I can work on it a little.
It sounds all right, yeah.
You want to hang out and talk for a little while?
I can't until my heater goes on. I figured it'd be funnier to call you after the show started to tell you that.
All right. Fucking dick.
You don't think that's funnier?
It's okay.
Have you been listening?
Well, yeah. You're talking about racism.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about how I hate everyone on the internet and how, you end up hating people that you like in day-to-day life. And the biggest thing that's getting to me right now is people just blatantly talking shit about, like, quote-unquote white people when you could never write a post. Not that I even want to, because I don't like to make stupid fucking big generalizations that go nowhere. But, if I go on and make a post that says, like, God, I'm really sick of how fucking all black people do this. It would be, you'd come back to your computer, 73 comments.
Yeah.
Fucking just everyone going nuts. Like
200 people unfriended you.
Right, and then all over the place, there's white people doing it, there's black people doing it, there's Mexican people, just open fucking season on, hey, let's talk shit about white people and let's make massive generalizations about white people, and I'm fucking sick of it. I don't want to be generalized with all people. I don't like white people either. But nobody likes nobody likes black people, white people, large groups of people fucking blow. I don't want to be generalized with them, but I can't help that I'm white. I'm fucking sick of it.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
But you don't think there's a double standard for the way people talk. We talk shit about everybody on this show.
The only double standard I'm pissed off about is that I'm not allowed to say nigger on TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do black people say cracker on TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
When the
They
hell
can
are
say
you
that shit all day.
They can.
When are you going to be on TV anyways?
Like
never gonna happen.
fucking bombing the news report or something like that.
Well, then you can fucking run up there and say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Fat nigger.
I mean, and for me, I don't even really give a shit. I don't typically, I don't say nigger other than on this show just because I don't want to say the N-word because it sounds so babyish. I just, it's just another childish thing that we do in this country about not confronting language. So, I mean, I don't say it in day-to-day life. I never have.
When you say N-word, people's brains tell their brain nigger anyway.
Right, exactly. But the point is, I don't even really want to fucking say it. But I do agree that you should be able to if you really fucking want to, because it appears to be open season on us. So, fuck it, I don't.
You're
care.
right.
I don't really have any racism in my heart that I would consider like, oh, I hate this group or that group or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to say I'm perfect. Of course, everybody's got their hang-ups, but like, I don't know. I just I don't care to be racist. I don't give a fuck if other people are, though. You know what I mean? Am I going nowhere here? You want to help me out?
No, it's fine. I think you're right but I don't care if they talk shit about white people. I really don't, because I think that racism is hilarious, and I think that anybody who gets mad at me for my opinion is an idiot.
That seems fair.
I
right?
guess. I don't know. I think that I'm less angry about the fact that people are saying stuff about white people than I am about the double standard.
Yeah.
Because and again, it's weird because I don't even really want to say anything about anybody else.
No, but there's a principle of the matter.
But it's a principle. It's a principle thing. And
to
plus,
tell somebody there's this one thing you're not allowed to say out loud,
right.
but you can imply it, you can think it, you can see it in writing. Certain people can say it, but you can't say it.
And that's a weird, you can't restrict words for certain
it's weird,
groups of people.
Right?
It's a weird thing. I mean, but of course we're just in the infancy of that whole process as far as like it becoming a part of the legal process, and like we're in the very infancy of like, hey, you can be charged with a hate crime, and they'll use words like that really do have an ugly history, but that's how it works, and once they got that through, pretty soon they'll be restricting all kinds of language, and it'll definitely lead to restricting anti-establishment language and dissenting, it'll definitely lead there. So whatever.
I think you're allowed to say whatever you want as long as you don't commit a crime on top of it for a hate crime.
Right.
Like you can't just say, hey, you're a nigger and get a hate crime. You'd have to punch him and say that. Right.
But the word nigger is what makes it a hate crime.
Do you know all these like wigger gangbangers and shit? Because I know a few of them myself. This is actually a true story. Because they say nigger all the time,
Constantly.
So anytime they get into a fight with anybody, even if it's a black person, they're like, "What's up, nigga? What's up, nigga?" They get hate crimes for that. But obviously, they're not hate criming. They think they're black too.
That's just how they talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like,
that's funny, right?
I also understand that. I understand that part of it is like, no matter what color you are, it's a word that's been very pervasive in pop culture. So you might just live in an environment where people are saying it, no matter who you are. You might just fucking say it.
Yeah.
So fucking what? So say it. Everybody
I
shut
say it
up.
from time to time, depending on how much time I spend around my fucking wigger friends.
Right.
And there's nothing you can do about it. If I hung out with fucking hillbillies all day, I'd start saying hillbilly stuff and shit like that.
So this whole thing started though because of this fucking article about food stamps. And it's always these little twerpy fucking dudes, and like, I don't know what you call them. I hated the term hipster. I really don't like that term for some reason. I don't like to say it, but it's probably guys that you might call that. And they're stupid little ironic mustaches and fucking 1890s outfits, like they're gonna go fucking bartend at a saloon or something, fucking morons. And it's guys like that I see on social networking a lot, doing this casual, like, oh God, white people, ugh, blah, blah. So, I saw this kind of conversation in regards to this fucking food stamp thing. It was an article about how, hey, white people are always saying that black people are scamming the system to get food stamps, which, by the way, I don't know anyone that really says that. I know that everyone scams the system to get food stamps across the board, but whatever. They're doing a little straw man deal. They're creating like a, hey, this is a big problem that everyone says this. And like, okay, well, So they come up with some percentages in this article. They say, well, white people are actually responsible for what 40% of
40.2% of food stamp recipients for 2013 were white.
Right, and then like 25% are black or something.
25.7.
Okay, well, what they do is they open.
But how many? See, that's where the numbers get confused.
Yeah.
Because
I know
how
where
many
you're going
white
with
people
this.
are in this country?
Exactly.
Way more.
See,
way more.
when
so it's a percentage of race.
When they do this argument, it just opens the door for that obvious follow-up question is like, okay, how much of the population do white people represent and how much do black people represent? Because I honestly don't even fucking know. I know it used to be a huge, it was like 85 to 10 or something. But
Yeah, I got some numbers here for you.
What do we got going on now?
White Americans make up 77.7% of the U.S. population.
Right.
African Americans are the largest racial minority, amounting to 13.2% of the population.
Okay.
How
right,
come
so
you could say white Americans but not black Americans?
I don't know. That's just how the article phrased it.
You better
I just
refer
read
to
it.
my people as Caucasian American.
Right. Yeah.
European Americans.
Caucasoid. Americana.
Caucasoid. You got it. Okay, so based on those statistics, that means that 5.13% of white people accept food stamps. 5.13%.
Okay.
Whereas of black people,
Don't laugh. It's not funny. It's a cultural problem.
95?
28.75% of black people.
Okay, and sorry.
Accept food stamps.
So you fucking retards open the door for that fucking obvious number game to be played, you know? And I don't even want to do it. But look,
Here it is.
that's the real numbers, right?
Yeah, those are the numbers
And
for
it's-
as of 2013. So
Okay.
That's
So-
almost
about as-
1/3.
So there you go.
it's 6 times as many.
Now we
six
still-
times as many black people
Well, per
per person.
whatever.
Per capita.
Yeah. I don't know. But so the deal is, and we're not retarded. We know that the black community is under attack. You know,
Yeah.
we understand there's reasons that you guys are fucking are fucked up. You know.
Yeah.
And we feel for your Well, I'm serious.
There's motivation to keep them dependent.
Yeah, and we feel honestly for your people, but let's be honest here, you know? Jesus.
Yeah.
It's just you know, I mean, but it's awareness that really is the first step towards fixing a problem, I would think, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are we coming across like just like Nazis here or something? I don't think
Not
we are.
really.
Like I'm not trying to like brag and go like, "Oh, look how much better white people are." I'm just saying like this is the honest thing here. So let's look at, you know, when you look at the real situation, you know, I don't know.
All right, wait, I
Fucking
got
Christ.
another one. I got another way that this is
What?
misrepresented. Okay, so this article says 30 people arrested for food stamp fraud. Guess how many were black? The answer is 0. It was 30 white people.
But isn't it in an all white community? It's like
99.3% white community.
Right.
Let's see, 450 people
So
in the
is
town.
it supposed to be news that there's poor white people?
That means that there's like,
Like-
one
Whoa.
or 2 black people
Right.
in the whole town.
Sorry about that.
And neither one of them gets food stamps.
Yeah.
Well, and another reason is because they don't investigate the black people. They want minorities to be dependent on them. So they don't mind it.
That's part of the
Right.
ways they perpetuate, you know, some negative aspects of their cultures to keep them dependent. Yeah, I mean that's definitely a thing. And how do they do it with us? I guess television.
Yeah.
Because why did they let white people fucking whoop ass all over the country? You know.
I guess because white people make money and pay it back into the government. So they generate revenue.
We're the worker bees.
Yeah.
We're just the
Well,
fucking chumps.
Black people take their welfare cash and buy expensive shit with it, which also goes to the government. Back, right?
Yeah, but first they get the money
Are
from
you
the government.
Polishing your shoes? What's that
Yeah.
noise?
I was
What?
thinking bowling ball polisher.
Do you hear something?
Yeah.
We did.
Really?
All right, never mind then.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, sorry.
Nah, I don't remember what I was saying, but
No, I don't know. I mean, and then so basically this whole thing started because I'm just so sick of people like then throwing that up, and like, well, look at this. Oh, white people are so awful, and that was like, I can't believe how misguided most people's education are on this subject. Thank you for posting this. Like,
yeah.
there's a bunch of fucking self-hating, theatrical, maudlin, white knight faggots.
So I guess if you're going to get anything out of this, and that's true, they are that. It's that it's not about white versus black. It's about the problem.
It's about not playing into the game. Oh, hey, look at one's bad and one's good, and like that's what it's about. Really, is like let's not feed into the race war that the media would love to create. Let's just talk honestly about the fucking problem. And if you're intelligent, no matter what race you're from, we'll get a lot further that way.
I guess I'll just watch the talk.
Then you'll just have to sit there and listen.
I'll just have to sit there and listen.
But yeah, so I mean, what do you think, Andrea? You know the kind of guys I'm talking about with this white knight kind of shit.
Yeah.
And when you don't you think when you attempt to like step in culturally and be a savior for another group in society, isn't that the most insulting thing you can do?
Can't you just empathize with their plight?
Can't you just treat them like children like me and assume they need my help and to translate their position to you?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Allow me to translate.
After all, they're not capable of competing in our society. Let's be real here. Come on. I'm progressive. You know what I'm saying? These guys. Like, it's just very fucking irritating. It's insulting to white people. It's insulting to black people.
Yeah, irritating is not a good enough word for it.
Yeah. What would you say?
It's more than that. I don't know. It's maddening. It's infuriating. And I've got... on my Facebook, I have one individual who will not shut up about, all white people are racist. No matter what you say, you're born racist. If you can't talk about it and admit it, then I don't have time to deal with you and this and that. And
he's probably half
fucking
right.
ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous, though. It's not like I don't fucking care if you think I'm racist.
No, he's half right though, because I feel like I'm born with some sort of natural thing where I don't know. Where I just kind of like you're wary of other races. I think it's like in your DNA. It's not your fault.
I mean, that's a human thing. It's not for white people to have by themselves. I mean, since the dawn of time, people who look a little different fucking war with each other. I mean, that's what goes on. We're moving past it now. Thank the Lord. We're getting somewhere here.
Finally.
No, I mean, really, we are. We have an extremely. It's hard to grasp how great of a chronological advantage we have to not be locked in some weird battle with a tribe because like most of human history we would just be warring with someone right now, and we're okay, so some people are, but we're not. Most of human history we'd be dealing with fucking shit like that. We are insanely lucky to even be, able to discuss racial problems like we can now, So yeah, it's natural to a certain degree, I think, for everybody, but I think to that idea that like just being part of white culture is gonna make you, evil is just unfair and retarded.
Yeah, and also to suggest that those instinctual feelings are going to dictate your interactions with other races forever on every single level is also a little unreasonable, too.
And how about, like, whatever happened to, like, you know what, I don't give a shit what you think of me. Like, what is the social crucifixion that's just so ready to happen for every single person? You know what I mean? It's just this, any misstep is like you're going to have 25 people on your fucking back about one, any fucking like little misstep, unless you're like me and you just respond so fucking violently and crazily that people stop fucking with you, but what is this thing of like, why do we give a shit all of a sudden? Like, go fuck yourself then. You think I'm racist? go think it then somewhere. That's awesome. I hope
Keep thinking.
It's a great
Love
way
it.
for you to spend your time.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
But why do people even give a fuck if you were racist? Who gives a shit? Why do they care?
No, it's a weird thing. I don't know.
Yeah, they just want you to not be because they think they're not. The end. There's no.
It's I don't know. Right now it's a social crusade that's popular. I guess. And it's good in a certain, it's good. We should reiterate. We're not saying like, oh, we want to fucking have a thing where we prove how great white people are and everyone else sucks, or we have some sort of racial superiority or something. It's not that at all. It's just, it's good for us to all move on. Stop crucifying everyone who makes a small misstep. Stop this fucking game of anyone who's not immediately as understanding as you are of every tiny little fluctuation in the social spectrum of human behavior, that you need to fucking call them out as unfit for society. That they're a slob. They're not as advanced as it's everywhere. It's like, leave the fucking people that live in the country and they're Christians and they're afraid of gay people. Just leave them alone. I mean, fucking Christ. They don't know any better. They think that you're really ruining the world or something, They really don't know any better. So just leave them alone. Let them catch up. They'll get there.
Yeah.
I feel that way about everything. It's like, leave people alone. Let them catch up at their own pace.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what everyone's obsession with controlling the entire world is.
Well, yeah, it's true. Like the hillbillies in like Arkansas and shit, they're like, that's the most racist state there is, pretty much. And it's like, is there a place you need to go there? I mean, do you have to get there for some reason and they're bothering you? Because what the fuck are you going to go there for? Gives a shit.
I don't know. Everybody's just got to leave each other alone. That's my fucking point.
Yeah.
Let people catch up. Let people catch up. They'll get there. Nobody wants to be mean.
No.
Nobody thinks they're a bad person. They'll figure it out.
Maybe some people.
Everyone on the internet is a fucking bitch.
Everybody.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Stop bitching at me. Stop bitching at other people. This fucking guy comments. All right. It's down to this. This guy comments on our YouTube video. We put on YouTube a clip of the people from 8chan fucking with us. And in the description it says, yeah, they didn't realize that we really wouldn't give a shit that they were, calling up and swearing. And this fucking little twerp has to comment on our video, well, obviously you give a shit if you make a video about it. You fucking little cunt. Now I have to explain to you that I just meant that on the show we didn't give a shit. And then he continues on with his I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm fucking sick of this bullshit. I hate everyone on the fucking internet. Earthling, why...
I like it.
Yeah, why? What do you get out of it?
I like to... I don't know. I just like it. I like when people are mean, even if it's to me. I just like it. I like being mean to others. It's like one of my things. I think it's funny. I think
Maybe
it's
I
one of
just
the
take
most
shit
funny
too
things is
seriously.
meanness.
Yeah. What about
You don't agree?
what about all the white knights and the crucifying of any like misstep with any other race other than white people?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, what we were talking about the whole time, because you never really weighed in on that. The idea that it's open season on white people, and you're not really allowed to say shit about anyone else.
Well, is it really open season on white people? Because everybody I know doesn't do that. You know what I mean? I guess it's just like on the TV, the media and stuff. I guess they support.
And you notice it most in social media,
Yeah,
right? Don't you?
definitely.
And it's just very common to see like stupid white people shit.
Yeah.
Very, very common. And again, really, what do you give a shit at the end of the day? Only because there's this climate brewing
Right.
that's getting a little uncomfortable. There's this whole atmosphere just solidifying that's really just kind of creeping me out, about the whole double standard thing. I guess we'll move on if you guys got nothing to say about it, though.
No, I kind of feel like I said what I said. I don't have a lot of more feelings about it. The double standard thing is what really gets to me, but I don't know.
I think it's
Just
fine.
like, leave me alone. I don't think I'm a racist individual, but fuck, I don't care.
Yeah, who gives a shit? What?
I think it's all fine. I don't care what anybody says.
All right. Well, that's your thing. Is you just want to be able to say anything you want to say, and that's
Right.
But
So
I'm
they
not
should be
saying,
able to say what they want to say.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But the thing about it is, if I did have a Facebook page, they'd be blocking me, but this person's obviously not getting blocked. That's
right.
Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the
Well, that's
powers
what
that
I'm
be
saying.
support
That's
hating
exactly.
on whites.
And why is that?
I don't know. Maybe because there's a black president.
Or maybe because it's just a good way for you to waste fucking time and never get to any actual productive conversation. You know?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta go because my washing machine just turned on.
What the hell kind of an excuse is that?
You guys can't hear this? I have no static or anything?
Here, I'll just turn you down for a few minutes, all right?
Alright, well, I'll call back when it turns off.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Whatever. Are we just spinning our tires here? Should we move on?
Yeah, I think we can move on.
Speaking of everyone on the internet being a fucking cunt,
The goddamn dress.
this dress thing.
The goddamn, as I put it on Facebook earlier, the color of the fucking goddamn dress.
Yeah, so this dress really pisses people off.
Okay,
for
let's
some
talk
reason.
about. Hold on, let's talk about. Remember after the Thursday show when I came into the studio and
Right.
showed you that picture, and you said what? What color did you think it was?
Oh, blue and black.
Blue and black.
Yeah.
And then I walked into the other room where Alan was, and I showed him the exact same picture without saying anything and asked him what color it was, and he said white and gold. Right?
Yeah,
And you thought we were playing a trick on you.
right. I thought you guys had set this up ahead of time.
Yeah.
Like this was the internet meme going around. Like, hey, what? All right. I thought this was like the trick going around. Like, hey, yeah, we'll just fucking tell your friends you see this as whatever. All right.
Yeah, that's what I thought too when I was first looking at the pictures and reading the comments. I was like, there has to be.
All right. So,
Anyway.
everyone's fucking pissed off about this dress for some reason.
So it's
And,
fucking bullshit.
Nobody likes the dress. That's what I like. Yeah, that is kind of funny about the internet being full of cunts. Is that like it does get kind of funny once in a while. Everybody turns on something like.
Yeah.
It's just then don't look at the dress anymore. But now like people are bitching about the dress all over the fucking place. There's hashtags. There's fucking tons of people on Twitter just bashing the dress. Like the fuck is wrong? Is this what we do?
Yeah.
Again, is
all
this
we do-
revealing the natural state of mankind?
Yeah,
Is this
of
how we
our
want to
of our
spend our
collective
time?
mind. Well,
Well, what's the deal with the dress, anyways?
so the deal with the dress is that there's a scientific reason that your brain sees it as different colors. Now, I don't know about you, but a bunch of people have told me that the dress like changed color. One time they saw it and it looked golden white, and the next time they saw it and it looked blue and black, and then it would like switch back. I had somebody send me a picture, actually our unsolved mystery expert sent me a picture that he thought was a different picture of the dress because it looked blue and black to him, and it was literally the exact same picture I had shown him the night before that looked gold and white the first time. Yeah, it was a very frustrating experience.
So who designed this fucking dress, and what is the deal with it?
It's just a trick of the light. What's happening is your brain expects the light to be doing a certain thing to the colors. So some people, me, for instance, for having seen it gold and white, and still looking at it right now, it looks gold and white. It like does an autocorrect for color in your brain because of how your brain processes color and communicates it to you. So it's expecting that the light is doing something, and it's compensating for the way the light is bouncing around, even though the light's not doing that and it doesn't require compensation. So some people see something that requires compensation and it changes the colors.
All right, well, that's boring.
Okay. But here's something weird that's somewhat related to that in terms of people perceiving the color blue, because this isn't the first time that there's been a weird thing with the perception of the color blue. There was a study done of languages from all around the world, ancient texts moving into modern writings, that revealed that all ancient languages in the study from all around the world developed a word for blue as the last color to develop in their language. And in early texts, there's no evidence of the word blue or the color blue existing in terms of descriptions.
So almost as though we evolved to be able to see the color blue at some point
Over
in human
time,
history,
yeah.
but we couldn't originally, huh?
Right.
So
now
there could
it's-
still be like people at different stages of seeing blue. Then I guess
Exactly.
that's the deal. So who's the more evolved, me or you?
I don't know if it's
Now,
like
considering
that.
that we're brother and sister, that's a really difficult question.
Yeah.
So which one of us is more evolved?
Who is more evolved?
That's strange that we're made of the same genetics and we saw the dress differently.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's about perception. So
No, it's about genetics.
a million outside factors that have formed your brain over time could come into play.
Okay, I see.
Now, back to the color blue, though. All languages develop their colors in the same order, and I thought this was so interesting. First, there was evidence of words for black and for white, and then the next one to come in existence in every single language around the world was red, and then after red, yellow, and then green. And in 2 languages, yellow and green switch places, but they're kind of close together. And then the last of the colors in every single language is blue. And this author points out that even scriptures that contemplate the heavens continuously don't necessarily describe it as blue in any language and in any text that describes the sky. I mean, people have
Sure.
worshipped the sky forever,
Crazy. Wow.
and none of them describe it as blue. So then they found this tribe in Namibia called the Himba tribe. I'm going to put the link up for this on our Facebook.
Do that.
The Himba tribe speaks a language that has no word for blue or any distinction between blue and green. So they took members of this tribe and they showed them a circle made out of little squares. It's 11 green squares and 1 blue square. And they were unable to pick out which one was blue. Which is weird because that means that they've never practiced differentiating between the two. They don't have a
Right,
word
yeah.
for it. Blue rarely occurs in nature. They probably live in a part of the world that the only thing that's blue is the sky.
That's a pretty big fucking thing, though, to deal with every day. And
Yeah.
not have a color for, but what do they see it as just the same as green? It's just in that same.
Green or like a mud color, like a cream. They may just see it as more like a yellow or like a light.
God damn it. Being alive is so weird.
Yeah. Okay. So
Everybody
then they
always
couldn't.
talks about how, like, what if the way I see red is how you see yellow and we'll never know? And that's
Yeah,
like an
God
old,
damn it,
old
and it's
stoner
actually happening now,
conversation
yeah.
You'd have in high school, you know, but like, wow, it's so weird.
Okay, so then they took those same people who they don't have a word for blue, but they have more words for types of green than we do in English. So they have more different shades of green than they even know what to do with. So they were shown a circle of green squares where
Wasting their time naming so many greens.
yeah, well, I mean,
Who are these people?
the Himba tribe in Namibia.
Yeah, and what do they live in? Houses? Probably not. Because they're sitting around fucking naming colors all fucking day. Ooh,
Yeah,
look,
it doesn't
huts
say.
Huts are fine.
But they were
what
shown.
color, what color is this blade of grass? And then what color is this blade of grass? I'll be back in an hour.
So they're shown the circle of green squares, where one square is just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit different than the rest of them, but they're all green, and one is just a slightly different shade of green. And they were all able to pick out the slightly different shade of green, even though they couldn't pick out the completely different blue. So it might suggest
That's just what, yeah, I don't
this
even know.
is pretty recent that they've been doing this. So they're it's let's see, the BBC was reporting on this. But I'm sure that they're doing more research into how the mind processes,
Right.
especially the color blue, since it seems like humans kind of evolved to see it. Now, what's curious about that, though, is what's the advantage that we get from seeing the color blue?
Well, let's see. Now, you might be walking along and you'd have a better you'd be able to distinguish the edge of a lake, a really blue lake, so that you wouldn't fall in and drown. The other thing is, if you're walking like along a cliff and your vision is such that like all you can see is, the sky as the cliff cuts off. And
All right.
maybe, let's say you see it as the same color as the cliff, you might walk right off the edge. You got to see sky and you got to see water. No walking off cliffs.
No walking off cliffs for us.
When you can see skies and waters. But I don't know, actually, really. I mean, maybe that's why it took so long, is there is no evolutionary advantage. Maybe that's the deal.
Could be.
Maybe the color blue is part of our shift into like, we don't really need a lot of the old, instincts and things that were bred into us and stuff. And like maybe as we've gotten more decadent lifestyles, and decadent could even mean like, hey, we don't have to fucking get eaten by tigers and run around eating bugs all day.
We've
like,
been granted the
developed,
luxury of more color.
As we became a more luxurious species, we started to get things like that. And pretty soon we'll be able to fucking have telepathy. Blue is just the beginning.
It's just the beginning.
Well, that's the way we're going. You see where I'm going with that, right?
I do, yeah, definitely. I'm right on board with that. Girl. The color blue.
Anything else on blue?
That's about it. Just also that in early writings and ancient texts and stuff, even the sea also, I forgot to mention this, no one ever described water as blue. You reminded me of that when you said the lake. But water was always described as green or wine colored.
Yeah, because most of the time it's not blue in nature.
Right.
You get some blue water out there. But blue water is really in pools.
Right.
That's where it's at most of the time. You got some, some rock bottom lakes. You get some blue water once in a while. But
yeah.
not
occasionally.
Often. Most of the time, water looks like fucking garbage.
Yeah, it looks like
I don't want to go in there.
Big pile of water shit.
Yeah.
Jesus. Fuck.
All right. Well, the police are here.
Classic.
Which means it's time for the police news.
Police news.
And we got a lot in the police news tonight, right?
Yeah, we do.
Or we got it. Well, kind of.
Well, we got some stuff.
We're going to do the small stories. We are going to get to that secret prison in Chicago.
Secret prison.
The, the Homan Square dealie?
Homan Square.
It's being called a black site, I believe,
Yeah.
isn't it? What else? Let's get the other things out of the way first.
All right. Well, the first thing I want to talk about, I think this is the most important. Dave Chappelle was choked by a police officer.
Egads.
Egads.
Really?
Yeah. Choked right in the throat.
I didn't hear about this. And we talked about it for a minute before the fucking show started, but I didn't hear about this. Is there video or no?
No, there's no video of it happening.
Tell me about it, please.
At the height of anger and unrest across the United States regarding the killing of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri. Oh, my God.
Race war.
World-famous comedian Dave Chappelle revealed that he, too, had been choked by a police officer who mistook him for a criminal. Must have been the color of his skin.
Yeah, well, it probably could have been, what happened? He just fit a description, as they say.
Yeah.
A black man, age 18 to 52, between 3.5 and 7 feet tall.
Wearing clothing.
Yeah.
He has shoes.
I mean, yeah, we're not going to fuck around. The cops are racist as fuck.
Yeah, no.
Go ahead.
Okay, the incident happened while he was filming a movie when he was a teenager. Okay, so this happened a long time ago, but he only talked about it recently.
Gay. I thought this was new.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, do we
that was
even want to know
misleading.
what he says?
Well, I don't know.
Did you find this story?
Yes.
Asshole.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I thought it was interesting.
All right, what do you got?
He explained that he was working on his first movie in 1992, and it happened in front of many other members of the cast and crew. He was playing a mugger, so he was costumed as a criminal. He ducked under the
back in 1992, it's like a jean cut-off vest and like chains, like
high top sneakers.
He was dressed like Bebop and Rocksteady. Sorry, go on.
He ducked under the police tape, which was all around the set because he worked there. And immediately a police officer grabbed him by the throat and started choking him. Just went from straight to choking.
Yeah, well, that was back before the cameras. Those guys did not give a fuck. I mean, you think cops are bad now. Imagine, Jesus Christ, in the early 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s. Fucking go back to the 30s. Jesus, fuck. Imagine how bad shit was. Yeah, cops are always bad.
Yeah.
Any decade. What do you think the worst decade of police that you would not want to fuck with would be? Now? Because they just are so insanely militarized?
Yeah.
Or the 30s when they used to, like, rape people with billy clubs, you know? All, like, like outside in front of their house. You know? Just no big deal.
Yeah, I don't really know which one is worse. I feel like I would rather be a criminal in the past because it would have been harder to get caught.
Oh, but
I
imagine
would
like
rather
jails
deal with
back then too. Like now, like like prison is horrible, but like you're kind of there's some accountability, and you can't just disappear. But like back then,
well, no, I would rather be a criminal back then.
yeah.
But I don't know that I would want to deal with the police or jail.
Yeah,
but
that's
I don't
what I'm
want to. I mean, it just.
You want to be the type of criminal though, where you could get away with stuff really easily.
Yeah,
and,
I want to be like a bank robber.
Right, and then you like
and then just go away and spend the money and
shoot the place up with a Tommy gun.
Yeah,
and yell your name out and stuff.
Get into a car that looks like all of the other cars.
Right, because there's only 3 kinds of cars.
Yeah,
yeah,
and they're all black.
Right, and you can just take your license plate off. You know.
Yeah,
and commit your crime and put it back on down the road. Those were the days.
That's where I want to be.
Now I wouldn't drive a block without a license plate on my car.
No,
especially on the way to a heist.
You kidding me?
No way.
They'd know.
What's the next? What's the next thing?
The next thing we have is fucked up.
Okay. Oh, it's the cop. It's the cop. It's the.
It's a cop story.
It's the police officer. He's an officer. Now let's show him respect, right?
Yeah.
He's an officer of the
He's
law.
a retired officer.
And
he was
this the guy that like murdered his family?
Yeah, killed 2 of his daughters and their 3 family pets.
Okay.
2 of the 3 daughters that he had, he left 1 living.
Oh, good. Well, you want to send a message.
And yeah.
You always leave one to tell the story.
And also, he spared his wife. She and the youngest daughter were on vacation, so he killed the 2 older daughters and the pets in the house. And then he killed himself. And then he left fucking crazy ass suicide notes that were like, the one he left for his wife was like real mean.
Yeah.
And like taunting and like whatever.
Do you have any excerpts?
No, they've kept them very, very private.
I'd love to read some of that. What's wrong with me that I want to read that really bad?
Yeah,
when I hear that.
I know. I want to read it too. And also, here's what I really want to read is the note that he wrote for the youngest daughter that he didn't kill, which he hid in her locker at school. That's what I want to read. Because what the fuck is that about?
Wait, sorry. I was reading a comment from somebody on our social stream. What did you fucking say? Just say it again. It's no big deal.
I want to read the note that he left for the daughter that he didn't kill. Because he left a note for her, too. He hid it in her locker at school.
Oh, God. What a creep.
Yeah.
How'd he get into the school?
Oh, who knows? He was a cop. He probably just walked in.
What a creep.
Okay, so also...
Oh, shit. I forgot to change the picture.
Here's the other really fucking creepy thing he did.
For those of you on Ustream, here's some fine officers of the law for you to look at while we're talking about this. Ooh,
oh, yeah.
These fat fucks. Go ahead.
Boys in blue. Anywho, so if that's not creepy enough, so the murder, the sparing of 2 family members, the fucking creepy ass notes, on top of all that, it comes out now that he intentionally declined pension at his retirement because he wanted to leave the surviving members of his family destitute. What the fuck is that?
What was wrong with this guy?
He was a cop. He was a cop for 22 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what was wrong with him.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
And so he really just killed the fuck out of his kids, huh?
Just killed everybody.
Did he kill his wife too? Did you say that?
No, spared the wife and the youngest daughter.
Okay.
They were on vacation together.
I see. There we go.
And he left the notes. He left 2 separate notes.
And we can't find out what's in the notes. I want to I want to know what's in those notes as bad as I want to hear the recording from the grizzly man getting eaten.
Oh, no.
You know?
Yeah, I know. I don't want to listen to that.
That's got to be out there somewhere, too.
Yeah, I don't want to listen to that.
I
want
to hear that, but I want to read these notes worse.
Yeah.
That's like a new heightened level of morbid weirdness. That's like, because I watch like
Is it like that
I'll
time
watch the snuff videos and all that shit, and like I'm getting like desensitized. I like can't even get a thrill from watching someone die anymore. Now I need to read a note like this. And I need to hold it in my hands.
It's like the time when you first read
Sorry.
the letter that Albert Fish wrote to that little girl's mom, and you wish there was another one to read when you're done with
You
it.
remember that, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jesus, fuck.
Fuck, yeah, of course I remember that.
Yeah, we talked about that on the show, huh?
Yeah. Well, I
Criminy.
explored that. In
Albert
my own
Fish,
life.
he ate. That was the serial killer.
Yeah, ate a
that
little girl.
ate the little girl and then wrote a letter to her mother. This was a long time ago, like 1915 or something.
Yeah.
And he wrote a letter to her mother describing in detail the way that he ate different parts of her body and like the way he prepared them and the way she begged for her life and everything.
Which one was the best? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
Yikes.
So
this guy is did he kill himself or something? They scalped that? Yeah. What did he do? He just
shot everybody and then shot himself.
shot himself. Mm-hmm. Well, that's
Shot
what
everybody, shot the dogs, shot himself.
Cops are usually really good at shooting everybody plus
and
dogs.
the dogs, yeah.
They don't often shoot themselves, which is something we'd like to see more of.
Actually, studies show that police officers kill themselves at a rate that is 52% higher than the rest of the population.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Is it?
Well, I mean, I would think there's a lot of guilt that comes along with the job. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, what is the rate that like gang members kill themselves? I bet that's pretty high. You know,
that's a good
I don't know.
question.
You know, or like murderers in general. You know, kill themselves a lot. Do they? You know, I don't know. But I would guess that being a cop comes along with a lot of fucking guilt. Let's go to the thing in Chicago.
This
We got a few
creepy
minutes
ass
before
fucking
break.
thing in Chicago.
We got a few minutes before break.
Oh, a few minutes to talk about the thing in Chicago.
And we're gonna talk about a CIA black site. That's what people on the cunt internet are calling it, but it's not really, right? It's
No, I mean that's been used in quotes, but there's an investigation has begun, but there's no proof yet of these allegations. For those of you who don't know, we're talking about Homan Square in Chicago, which has been exposed by The Guardian as a possible black site secret prison, where they allegedly have been keeping arrestees out of official booking databases, beating people with, I mean, this is phrased really weird. Police are beating people, resulting in head wounds, shackling for prolonged periods, denying attorneys access to the secure facility, and holding people without legal counsel between 12 and 24 hours, including people as young as 15. They also found...
Criminy.
They also found an unresponsive man in one of the interview rooms, and he was later pronounced dead. So The Guardian did an investigation into Chicago police abuse.
You gotta know stuff like this is going on. It's like, especially in a big hellhole of a fucking city like this, is that, you know, you just get the feeling there are these places you could be disappeared to, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's one of the reasons that I'll talk shit to suburb cops and I kind of won't to city cops. I'm like, you know, I know you guys will actually fucking kill me. Like,
and especially in Chicago.
In the suburbs is one thing, but Chicago, I mean.
The Chicago police force is
a gang.
Yeah.
They are a fucking gang.
Full-blown gang.
Just a fucking organized crime ring.
Completely corrupt. Corrupt isn't even a good enough word because there's literally no integrity left. So what do you call something once it is 100% defunct?
Anyone who's ever dealt with Chicago cops, unless maybe like you called them after you were burglarized and you were white and you were really polite with them and you know, whatever, you know, did
offered
everything,
them fresh baked cookies
did everything
and you
exactly the way they wanted. You know, I mean, I don't care. You have your positive stories, whatever, dude. They are fucking psychos in Chicago.
Yeah.
Psychos.
every single one of
They're
them.
some of the worst cops in the country.
If you have,
I mean, if not the worst.
if any of our callers have a good Chicago cop story, why don't you call in and tell us about it?
I've
While
got a
we're
few,
talking
but
about
I
'em.
mean, there's just the same shit as anything else.
Yeah.
People get beat up. Nothing's directly happened to me with them other than I've seen a few things. You know, I've seen
Yeah.
them beat the fuck out of a homeless guy, you know, right downtown who was, you know, kind of harassing people for change and whatever. But, like, a cop basically cut me off in an intersection and, like, swerved, you know, in front of everybody as the light was turning green. I was about to go, and he just, like, one of those things where, like, somebody's driving in an insane manner and it's like surreal at first. It takes you a second to even realize what the fuck is going on because the guy is going 1,000 miles an hour and screeching through the intersection.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck? And he jumps out, grabs this homeless guy and throws him against the fucking car. And just, of course, you know, him and this other guy, and they gather around and you can see him like throwing little jabs at him and shit and just start beating him up and everything. I'm like, well, I'm out of here. I'm a pussy when it comes to this because I don't have a gun or nothing. These guys are murderers. They're fucking scary. But,
Yeah.
you know, I think we both know people who have been beaten up by the Chicago police.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think everybody does. That's my point.
Yeah.
I mean, how about if anybody has a positive story?
I'd like to hear that, yeah.
Any remotely positive interaction with the Chicago police officer.
Now, that would be interesting.
I would
wouldn't it?
really like to hear about that.
No, but whatever. People will come up with their positive cop stories. They're not, you know, whatever. They're
Right.
It doesn't matter. There are positive cop stories. They do good things. They are a bad organization.
Yeah.
Al Capone handed out fucking turkeys on Thanksgiving, you know? People still talk about that stupid shit. People get fucking enamored with organized crime and organizations like the police or the Italian mafia or the Mexican cartels. Whoever,
Yeah.
they get romanticized and they get, you know, hey, this is, you know, people want to point out the good things. It doesn't matter. They rule by force.
Yeah.
And they're scary. They're getting worse. Fuck.
They are scary.
God damn, dude. God
They just get away with everything.
What else about this place?
Well, so then the Chicago...
The Guardian broke this, huh? And
Yes.
they did an investigation.
They did an investigation.
Did they get people inside or what? What'd they do?
They started investigating police brutality in relation to coerced confessions. So I'm going to post that article on the Facebook for everybody. That's the one that got it going. But through building their network in that investigation, people started coming forward. Anonymous people. I haven't been able to find a single actual person that they've said so-and-so said this and that.
Right.
But people started anonymously coming forward and talking about this Homan Square, which is a secret prison where they were illegally detaining people and doing illegal things with them. And honestly, you know, I'm not shocked.
Nothing surprises me about the police anymore.
I pulled this story because I felt like we had to talk about it because it is notable, but I just feel like I kind of already knew that was happening, you know?
Yeah, like I said before, I would have just assumed there was some of these fucking little back alley joints that you could just be disappeared to.
Right.
You know, I mean, there's been stories for years. Everyone's heard stories of New York, Chicago, LA, whatever big cities. There's been stories for fucking years and years and years about, hey, you don't want to go to wherever, you know, that's where you don't come back from. That's the secret place where you don't even get processed. You're just gone.
Yeah.
You know? That's
where they're going to put you and that's where they're going to keep you.
What they said is going on here, right? No processing, no nothing, just fucking going in and getting lost, huh?
Exactly. So
I wonder
now
how many people have just never fucking made it back.
Yeah, it's a shame there's no record and no way to estimate it. I mean, how are you supposed to figure that out, you know? Now, so the Chicago Police Department has come back. They released a fact sheet on the Homan Square facility. basically going point by point against all of the allegations and just saying, no, that's not true. No, that's not true. But offering absolutely no evidence regarding what they're talking about. And they've declined to make any comment to any media facilities. They haven't put forth a representative yet who's officially speaking on the behalf of the facility. It's like,
I fucking hate the police so much.
it's 3 pages worth of just saying, no, just trust us. That's not, no, don't even, it's okay.
God damn it.
It's not.
I want them all
there.
fucking dead. I want their families dead.
No, they do claim that dead man who was found in the interview room.
Right.
They said that was a result of a heroin overdose in the interview room. So, but they haven't supplied any paperwork that supports that.
How is somebody gonna? Oh, whatever. I've actually done some pretty hilarious shit in interview rooms because cops are fucking retarded, and I've ditched evidence. I'm not shitting you, more than twice that I can think of off the top of my head in interview room garbage cans. I've recovered. One time they had me handcuffed to a stupid chair or whatever, little bench thing in some interview room, and I had seen them put my cell phone in a drawer in a desk across the room, and I was able to. I'm handcuffed to the bench. I was able to lay down on the floor and reach my foot all the way out, to, laying down and reach my foot, and I dragged the desk over to me, got my phone out of it, and sent a text to 10 different people hey, I'm locked up here, fucking get me out of here, because they weren't letting me make a phone call. They were going to push everything. They were going to keep me there. One of these things you get arrested Friday night. Well, you got to see a judge Monday morning, so we're going to lock you up all weekend.
Yeah.
But I've done some hilarious stuff in interview rooms. I just not too long ago, the case that I talked about on the show here. I think I can talk about this at this point. The last time I was arrested, I had weed in my pocket, in the inside coat pocket. I had a solid fucking at least a half an eighth of weed, and I had my pipe in the middle console of the car. So the cops searched the whole thing, and I had a bottle open fucking container shit, so they took that. That wasn't, whatever, that wasn't concealed whatsoever. But I had the weed, they arrest me, whatever, we get to the station. Nobody ever searched me. I could have had a fucking 38 on a shoulder strap, and they wouldn't have fucking known, honestly.
Yeah.
And so they put me in this interview room, and I had 2 bags of weed, actually. I had a little gram and then a half an eighth, and I'm sitting there, and they leave for 2 minutes, now's my chance, because they'll probably search me at some point. So I grabbed it out of my pocket really quick, and I stuck it between my underwear and my rump. And because I was like, do I have to like put this in my ass? And I'm like, I'm not doing this. It's just weed. And so I just like kind of folded it up and stuck it in my like band of my boxers, you know. And they never searched me. They never. I could have had a sword, you know. Like I could have had a lot of fucking things. These guys, cops are fucking retarded, and that's just 2 times off the top of my head out of the 16 times that I've been arrested.
Yeah.
So I've done a lot of weird things in interview rooms that were fucking hilarious. One time I was in an interview room, and I was stoned as fuck, and I was really young. And you know, when you're young and you get stoned, it's a much different experience, and you kind of forget yourself and stuff. And they kept having to come back in and yell at me because I kept drumming on things, you know. And I was like kicking the floor and hitting the desk for the snare and stuff. And the cops kept coming back in like, dude, stop drumming. I'm like, okay. And I would forget like 10 minutes later, I'd just start fucking kicking up a beat again, you know, because I just couldn't help it. I was stoned as fuck. I've had a lot of fun times in the police station interview rooms. I've been in the, oh god, I could go on for hours, but the last thing, I've been in an interview room with a guy who got busted with like 20 pounds of cocaine, and they just stuck us in the same little holding room because there was this other guy with us in the main holding room who was like 900 pounds, and he was a massive beast of a man. And they were trying, there was like 8 cops surrounding this guy because he was getting all pissed off, and he probably could have ripped his fucking cuffs off of the bench. You know, this guy was fucking retardedly huge, and he started, they actually had a fight break out. So the cops uncuffed me and this other Mexican dude, this cocaine dealer, and shoved us in this little room together. And they had to like beat the shit out of this fucking giant guy, I guess, you know. And anyways, end up talking to this guy, and me and him like rooted around in all these evidence drawers and found a bunch of like drugs and guns and shit. And we're like just laughing. We're like, what are we gonna do? Well, we were too much of pussies to take anything. But it was like this detective's office. And then they burst back in, and they're like, all right, you guys got to get out of here, you know. And it was this big chaotic scene. Whatever, good times in police stations. I could go on for hours. We're supposed to do the thing with the. I'm supposed to do the Robot Hilarious release.
Yes, yeah. Robot Hilarious release.
So before we lose any more, was that boring?
No,
I should
don't
tell
think
more.
so.
I should tell more police stories.
Always.
Once in a while.
A nice
I'm
long
gonna-
string of them like that is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna do. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna play for the first time the new Robot Hilarious EP that we just finished. If you're a fan of the show and you don't know, Robot Hilarious is the musical wing of my creative output, and we just finished a little 5-song thing called "You Don't Say." People have been telling me for a while, hey, why the fuck don't you combine, you know, your music and your talk show thing? And I always wanted to keep it separate, but I'm giving it a shot here. We're gonna try the little cross promotion deal here. So if you just tuned in, this is the Robot Hilarious EP. You Don't Say. We're gonna take a little bit longer break from the talk show than normal. This is about 15 minutes or so. What do you think, Andrea?
Yeah,
Long
I'm
break?
excited.
Does that dog need to take a shit?
Yeah, I think he does.
We've got
the dog has a tummy
a
ache.
fucking dog here that needs to take a
The
shit.
dog.
All right, here we go. The unveiling of the new Robot Hilarious EP. You Don't Say. We'll be back on the Sunday Evening Overdose after this.
Keep it burning hot. I don't got a lot, what I gotta keep it burning hot. I don't got a lot, what I gotta keep it burning hot.
And you know it's true. And you know. And you know. And you know it's true. And you know it's true.
Rise up, it goes kill murder with the filters. Got a fifth turned up out of the sky, chap lips burning. I'm a riding kind of guy. Better to get burned than to get sicked on than getting quick burned by big brothers and sisters drinking and shit in the same cisterns. Lit candles, they fade to dark. Vandals spray paint the park. Cracking safes ain't in our use explosives if you're smart. What do they say? Take an AK to parade day. Hey, watch them make way. Will you let your hate spray? Won't they pray? Who said that? Television keeps telling me to kill people. Loaded up with shiny happy faces and it's still evil. And smoking weed while I get brainwashed is illegal, but it's fine to make an entire generation to feel feeble. But I can't stand back anymore, looking more to forget what we're asking for. Back to the hills with the action and thrills for last minute pill, but I get a refill with the captain to spill the whole bottle and still the momentum of the lack we can't rebuild, but a free spirit can't be killed. No, 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 a free spirit can't be killed. I don't got a lot, what I gotta keep it burning hot. I don't got a lot, what I gotta keep it burning hot. It's amazing what you can get done in a day when you got something to say. My intensity keeps those who are content with me running away. Young business motherfucker on a warpath. MCs wanna ignore that. 99% you faggots ain't saying shit in your raps.
And you know it's true.
The worst thing thing about a good idea is when it's overused. Rappers are so confused. Half of them act really whack when they're actually leeching your sound. Act like they're reaching out when they'd actually rather be reaching around. Well, I don't really care if you squirm or not. Hold you down, spit nest, keep it burning hot. Watch an MC scatter while I earn my spot. Where's the flag, more medals, more words I fought. Trying to make the littles and limits. Get up in it for a minute and then spin it infinitely, mimicking history's finicky litany of shit that feeds is quickening. Over-medicated motherfucking maniac. How'd they get away with that? Brain attack, baby, they bring the pain in. In fact, we paid for that, kids. Feel the weight of that weight. I take it back. We should eat and drink and get our fill. Cause a free spirit can't be killed. No, 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 a free spirit can't be killed. I don't got a lot, what I gotta keep it burning hot. I don't got a lot, what I gotta keep it burning hot. I don't got a lot, what I gotta keep it burning hot. I don't got a lot, what I gotta keep it burning hot. Comes back to me in pieces. In between the layers I found places for in my machine. And secretly these things become a piece of me. I cease to dream and seem to be and be only, but get so lonely. I live forever every day and never take a break to take the time to pace of mind and wind it up and realign it. I just go daddy-o, never stop to smell the flow. You look so happy though, laughing low and acting cold. But what happens most, the antidote gets wrapped in mold, abandoned and just grabbed in no condemned departments that are closed. And the public is outside gathering sardonic cliches. Like that's the way that it is, after all it's the end of days. But I'm carving a canoe out of a car. I call it the Honda, fuck you, you wanna see my scars? Call it a rendezvous of me and myself under the stars. Traveling the rivers, rejecting everything you are.
And the weird thing is, that's nothing. On a road full of sharks, if it rains blood, keep trucking. And you never expect nothing to be the same when you get there. And if it is, you've changed.
You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. Everyone I've ever been comes back again to haunt me. They all seem to want things that I can't provide promptly enough. When I got duffel bags full of this stuff, and their stuff so full I can't pull them up, man, life is tough. Well, these spiritual advances are inappropriate, especially when combined with the kinds that we really hope we get. What do these ghosts want with little or why? As if I actually possess a certain je ne sais quoi. Now, uncertain versions of what might or might not be pertinent will permeate your fate. How could you not see your Nazis with your dollars and the paparazzis? Follow all the followers of the Illuminatis and fine. I'm crazy, crazy as a feral Arabian with rabies, carrying a barrel of M80s and fine. I'm the kind of guy who's dying to find a cause worth losing my life for upon the front line.
But the weird thing is, that's nothing. On a road full of sharks, if it rains blood, keep trucking. And you never expect nothing to be the same when you get there. And if it is, you've changed.
You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You've changed. Yes. Yes, you have. 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 go, keeping it in style again. Always trying to buy your friends higher than your sky has been, so dial it in. There you go, prancing cause you're fast and feel limitless. But expression is a handy rationale, listen in. There you go, looking relaxed. There you go, acting like a shark attack. There you go, tripping like wax. There you go, passing out facts. Here you come, taking them back. Well, I suppose these worlds are real. I only hope to feel the phony peeling back a little, no concealing that. But in a manner of speaking, the rate of social growth is misleading. And I tap my feet to the beat of the floorboards creaking. But which came first? This pocket full of dirt or your shit-stained skirt? Which pain's worse? Another insane person with a disdain for the lucky mistakes, furthering their mislaid church again. I've ever lived in was full of spiders and ghosts and broken glass. But what I remember most about the past is how the wind used to blow the sun all across the carpet, down the hallway to the window through which all light departed. And it was one step at a time through an unsettling crime. I've seen a lot of movies and I've read a lot of minds. You keep it all so in style with your hammerhead smiles. Got your bottles full of babies that you drink in single file. Well, this is something that just keeps coming up again and again as you try to fit the particulars in, and your ridiculous grin is much less conspicuous when you find a big group of similar dipshits and just blend. I know, I've been there, but now I live here, sifting through fictitiousness to really get what's sincere. You're rubbing your rash on everyone you've ever been near. I'm jumping on a soapbox to try to make some shit clear. I'm dragging around wagons full of old meat and Civil War cannons on the goddamn edge of the Grand Canyon. And it amounts to the same number of answers as questions. You can stop and smell the cactus and keep moving to the next one. And I guess it happens over the course of time naturally, that practically everything you've ever known will end in atrophy. And I don't know about you, but I eat sulfur off matches, weed acid, digest the daily grind and shit catastrophes. But it's nothing but productive, minute by minute bring the dead out constructively. Fuck with me under these impressions of the state of the republic of the new hippie. Bitch, I sleep in a Ford F-150. There's ghosts all over the place, plastering poker faces right onto the oldest trace of social grace is known to me. And I'm grown to hate this lone replacement for the basement stoner jam that you shove into your parents' faces hopelessly. Damn, Jody, we got a sacrificial flow that keeps floating, a lifetime warranty with leather coating, so let your soul beat holes through your clothing. Well, fucking right, that certain something might be lurking in this drunken night somewhere. If you love your life, it's funny when the bed bugs bite. Lately, I've been walking around laughing my fucking ass off with a fantastic attitude and a bad cough. Severe insomnia and delusional parasitosis, hoping to close this chapter up and get the next big diagnosis. So let's close this shit stand, throw the wristband, listen to the kids chant the missions in their piss pants. The whole world needs to get the fuck out of here, sleep it off, crash out in a corner of space where it's deep and soft enough to relax forever, reevaluate the cost, weigh the means against the meanings and consider the bad lost.
Well, it really doesn't make much sense, does it? I'm shouting in here and you're in there. Come out of there if you want to hear what I'm doing. I've got to get that letter off to old Uncle Horace. He may not last much longer. Every little bit helps. Do you want to help? You help. If you don't want to help, you go back into that other room. Very well.
Ha ha.
I got a supernatural sense of self-preservation, haunt the watering hole deep behind an open invitation to a way to sort of informally end your weariness, turn your basic survival into a paranormal experience. When you put the pardons up against the armored gardens, your imagination hardens up. You begin discarding all the hearts into the bargain bin. You restart the darkening, irritate the sharks again, trying to tame the sparks within. You could run and tell that Lil Jody on the move with the lost and found hat, baby. And if you got the time, well, you should give a minute to me. It's your world, I'm just living in it loosely. So brew me a bit of that style you learn at the movies. I'll prove we'll pile up the new speed. You tweak, I'll amplify the guy I'm trying to be. Continuously hounded by new groupies, please. Alright, fuck it. It's no wonder they put the sun under a rusted tin bucket around here. On this side of the tracks, this end of the stick, we're still hiding the fact that we get what we predict. erratically hassling crackheads at the convenience store, then smacking them back to the racks, to the laxatives, and leaving them for the deadest of the best of the rest of the heathen whores. Less 7, the better to see you breathing more than ever. It's a reason to believe in what you're leaning towards already. Anyways, you're always talking about it, even score a lot, as if that's something that we could actually keep and store away, saving up for the rainy days when the secrets pour out of the ashes of our last known location, which is now sitting ominously vacant. That's strange, cause all the patients of your imaginary sight board claim to go there semi-regularly for a vacation. I spit some sugar-coated mouthfuls of magic on the asphalt with my picnicking friends. And I feel so good about it all around the graveyard with my picnicking friends. They're just my picnicking friends. They're just my picnicking friends. Put its camera tricks with your ghost town blues. Frozen places on the highway where you spot your roadhouse tools from a mile away. Marry them and then divorce them, and then with 50% of their government issued by before they even get the time of day. And all they got is cheap knockoff time machine. I stuff it full of misnomers and send it back in the past to lie to me. And I'm locked in a miniature world. We were beginning to hurl these bricks through the cinnamon swirls. Yep, me and my signature girl stomping around town like a four-legged fuckfest in short sleeves, sore knees, and a stale pile of poor me's. Passing a horse sneezing on an old geezer who's acting and wheezing and seeing our futures cheaping on a porch swing. But that's okay, cause we were keeping it moving, just forcing influences onto each other's hubris. Like, do this cause I'm ruthless, and the truth is just useless to the two kids in the cute little ruins. I spit some sugar-coated mouthfuls of magic on the asphalt with my picnicking friends. I feel so good about it all around the graveyard with my picnicking friends. They're just 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 my picnicking friends.
That's the main gate. Let it in. Number 5 coming out. Let him through. Stand over there, hold him.
So, as I say, when I kept getting the busy signal in my husband's office, I naturally dialed the operator and told her to try it, and she did. And then, out of a clear sky, I was cut into this ghastly conversation between two killers.
Anything you can see, I can see better. Got a real important process that I follow to the letter. All the best artists do concepts. Now I guess I don't know, I only read the header. Usually there ain't no fooling me. I know the real beauty queens are few between the rest of all jewelry. Used to be, you could see who would be true indeed, who believe in jubilees. But now what are you to me? I walk like a shadow of a shark on the bottom of the sea down your street when your house gets dark. Talk like I have no heart. Listen to the ways my mistakes make me feel smart. Nobody believes in the contact, but I want that to be received at long last. Electricity breathes through my broadcast. Even the contrast, ease all your thought paths. Hey, what you don't say, what you don't do, that controls you. Hey, what you don't say, what you don't do, that controls you. Hey, what you don't say, what you don't do, that controls you. Hey, what you don't say, what you don't do, that controls you. Anything you can scream, I can scream louder. I can plant the seed deeper, let the message really flower. I contend I'm really good in some ways. Still some say I'm nothing but a hyped up nutcase. I could be laminated too. I can shoot a gamma ray at you while I'm dancing in my alligator shoes. Cast another shadow on your blues, just another shade of the same inner interview. But it doesn't really matter much, does it? I'm climbing inside the barrel of a musket. What, you don't like the sight of blood? Tough shit. Just point me in the right direction and run, bitch. I swear some people will never be bout it. That right there's why I keep my war room crowded. And how did we let this shrouded outfit back in when they've already been outed? Hey, what you don't say, what you don't do, that controls you. Hey, what you don't say, what you don't do, that controls you. Hey, what you don't say, what you don't do, that controls you. Hey, what you don't say, what you don't do, that controls you. Don't say what you don't do, that controls you. Hey, what you don't say, what you don't do, that controls you. Hey, what you don't say, what you don't do, that controls you. Hey, what you don't say, what you don't do, that controls you.
All right, we're back on the Sunday Evening Overdose. Thank you very much.
A little robot hilarious for us. Up and comers in Chi-Town.
Local artists.
Out in the Windy City, Chi-Town. Some great talent out of the Midwest there.
What's going on, everybody?
Well, I liked that.
Yeah,
That's the first time anyone's heard that.
that's the first time. That's
For
it.
any of our unknowing listeners, that's the first time anyone's heard that. I don't think you even heard that, have you?
No, I don't really. I'm not actually a fan of my music.
No, I've noticed that.
I do it. I don't really like it though.
Yeah, you kind of do it begrudgingly.
Yeah, I do. Anyways, yeah. Well, that's our cross promotion attempt there. I hope Earthling, if you're out there, why don't you call us back? We got a segment that you would love coming up here.
We had a good one.
Gulp. Why don't you lead us in here, Andrea? I gotta square up a few things.
Yeah, I will. I'd just like to thank
old computer here.
Our commenter on the social stream, John Black 969, commented, "Nice track."
Nice track. Thanks,
so there's
John
some
Black.
consensus there for you.
Thanks, John
I'm
Black.
not the only one who thought it was a nice track.
No, I know. No,
I wonder
that's
which
gonna-
one. John, comment back. Tell us which one you were talking about, because there were a couple tracks.
Oh, hey, and by the way, the number tonight, we never said it tonight, 630-599-RUBS, 630-599-RUBS, RUBS, if you want to fucking join the show.
RUBS.
630-599-RUBS, or send us an email at sundayeveningoverdose@gmail.com, or find us on Facebook at the Sunday Evening Overdose, whatever bullshit that you search for there.
Right.
And we got this guy.
This guy. This guy.
Look at him.
Is quite a religious cunt.
All right, this is a little segment we do called Religious Cunts. Andrea, tell me what you got on this fucking cunt here. What is this guy? What the fuck religion is this guy? Because I didn't have time. We threw the show together. We usually have like twice as many people working on the show, as we said. And we threw this all together today, and we kind of had to split up some shit. So this is one that I didn't get to fucking research.
He's a guru.
And a guru of what?
His official title is the Guru in Bling.
The Guru of Bling. He collects testicles for God. An Indian spiritual leader is accused of convincing up to 400 followers to remove their testicles, claiming that by doing so, the men would be able to speak directly to God.
What a bizarre thing. Speak directly to God.
This guy looks like the guy that Indiana Jones killed. He's like when he wanted to have a sword fight, and Indiana Jones is like, "Yeah, right, dude. I'm not sword fighting you." This shit
ridiculous.
This shit is called a pistol, sir. You know, this is what this guy looks like. Big fucking a big Arab guy with a large beard. His appearance is confusing to my Western mind. What's going on with this guy? He looks fucking crazy to me. He's got a snake.
Yeah, he is crazy.
What's the deal?
Told a bunch of people to cut their testicles off. Okay, so not only does he have a large following that apparently will mutilate themselves for him, he is a rising movie star. If you could possibly believe it.
I can possibly believe it because every time there's a guy that claims to have a spiritual answer, it turns out he's just another vain fucking prick who came up with an angle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not surprising. He's not special. This is what they fucking do.
Yeah.
What religion? Hindu?
No, he must be some small sect. They refer to his group of people as an organization, but they don't seem to have a specific name or affiliation with a major.
But he convinced
he's in India.
400 guys.
400, yeah. And
cut
the
their
procedures
fucking
were
balls
done.
off?
Now, it just says his spiritual organization. Maybe it's just like the Church of Bling or the followers of Bling, because he's the guru in Bling. But his organization is large enough to run a hospital because those are the people who performed the surgeries on the 400 men. It says in a hospital run by his organization. So, oh my God. 50 million followers worldwide and is estimated worth an estimated $50 million. So apparently it's $1 per follower is what you're worth.
That's not a bad plan, man. I mean, it's really hard to get a cult off the ground like Scientology or one of these things that wants your entire bank account, you know, or Hare Krishnas or whoever, you know. It's really hard to get that off the ground. You'd be way better off trying to go, hey, $1 cut your balls off, $1, you know, throw some combinations in there. How about this? You give me $1, cut your balls off, eternal salvation. Nope, you don't like that? All right, $3, cut your pinky off.
Yeah.
I'll take your pinky. I'll take whatever. You know what I mean? You get different plans, like when you're at the cell phone store and you've got the little different brackets for what you can do and what you get with each one.
Just pay a little more.
Yeah, $3 in the pinky. Now that'll get you basically like that'll get you like half of eternity's, you know, salvation or whatever. You know, I mean, you got different plans that cost a little bit more, a little bit less, whatever. Yeah. That's how you might as well. People that are following you are so fucking retarded. So he's been accused of some wrongdoing in the past, I think, right?
Yeah.
2002. You didn't say this already, did you?
No, I didn't. No,
he faced conspiracy charges over the murder of a journalist who was investigating him. This guy just kills the guy who's looking into him.
Yeah.
Well.
No, don't worry about you.
Adding to Raheem Singh's cult of celebrity, the guru is currently starring as the lead in a recently made Bollywood film titled... And Bollywood, by the way.
Right.
Why is that a thing?
No, I don't. No one knows.
Fucking just yuck.
It's all terrible.
If you don't know what it is, just go look it up. I don't know. A lot of Americans have, I guess, like a kind of a fascination or a curiosity about it, and it is so awful that it's like you just kind of can't take your eyes off it, I guess, sort of thing. But the film opened to a world record audience of over 150,000 people at a public premiere in Gurgaon. How do you expect anyone to say this? Gurgaon, a city just outside Delhi. The film supposedly shows Ram Rahim breaking a tree trunk with his bare hands and walking on air, among other miracles. Well, there's no way they could achieve that with a high budget film. No way.
No, I think it's interesting. In 2002, you talked about the murder of the journalist, but you skipped over the incredibly surprising fact that there was allegations of sexual abuse from female followers. Now, looking at this guy, just looking at the picture of this guy, I would never, ever...
I can't believe this guy...
...ever guess that he would try to sexually abuse somebody.
He doesn't look like a fucking weirdo.
No, not at all. Nothing creepy or weird about this guy, that's for sure.
He like, what do you think is going through the mind of a guy? I put this picture back up for the Ustream people. What do you think is going through the mind of a guy like this? The whole thing, I mean, it's absolutely over the top.
Yeah.
arrogant I love myself.
How could he? I mean, how did he happen? Where did he come from? I'm going to post a link. I don't think it's worth it to play it on the show right now. But I am posting a link on the Facebook of this guy. Follow that.
Okay.
And you will find a trailer for his movie.
Why did everybody leave? Sometimes like 8 people leave the fucking room. Well, it's not that many even, but why are people leaving?
Stop leaving.
What did we do wrong right now? What's wrong with talking about this fucking guy? Why does that make people leave?
Maybe we're not talking enough about the testicles.
All right, get back to the testicles then.
Well, I wonder if he has like collected them. Do you think he's got like a big pile of 800 testicles somewhere?
Yeah, you would have to. Or the other option is you're eating them. There's only 2 ways to go with when you're collecting body parts. Either you believe they bring you eternal youth and you're eating them.
Or you're bathing in them.
Or bathing in or some such thing.
Yeah. Grinding them up and making a
therefore
paste for your face.
Yeah, somehow rendering them.
Right.
You know, and not preserving them. You
right.
know?
Yeah.
So the other option is that you collect the things. You collect ladies' feet.
There's absolutely...
And you keep them in a shed out in Manuka that no one knows about. It's a real old shed. Little marker you made by the side of the highway years ago. Dry creek bed, you follow it out. You know the way. You got an old military storage locker buried out there full of women's feet. You know what I'm saying?
But my point being, there's no way this guy forced the removal of 800 testicles and then just threw them away. They're somewhere. Something is happening with them.
Mm-hmm.
And it was his hospital. He would be able to control where the waste was going. Because technically that would be considered waste.
Sometimes you drive out there.
Oh, man.
Late at night and you just take them out and you kiss their toes. So beautiful in the moonlight. Uh-oh. My dad's calling. Hold on. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Dad.
I'm. You guys are talking about. Yeah, right. I mean, I think you're getting too general.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Well, you speak English, right?
Holy fucking Christ. What the fuck are you talking about?
Too general with what? Bollywood? Are you offended about our comments regarding Bollywood?
Yes. I happen to love that medium. You know, it's one of my favorites.
I know, you're a real sucker for it.
I love, I just like the way they approach it. It's so realistic.
What do you...
You know, the parts that aren't realistic, you can't really bitch about.
No, I think we can.
Dad, would you be surprised to find out I was a serial killer?
I don't know. You know, I mean, of course I'd raise my eyebrow. But, you know, I mean, I'm not going to do a full wag for you or anything.
All right.
You know, you made that decision. You decided to be a serial killer. So you've decided to be... That could be a...
Go ahead. What could it be?
Flyer.
Mm-hmm.
A flyer that you hand out.
A pamphlet, I think you mean.
Yeah, a pamphlet.
Right.
So I've decided to be a serial killer.
God damn it. Did you call about something, or what's going on here?
What happened?
Help me out, Andrea.
What do you mean?
Did you call about anything, or what's going on? Do you want to say something?
No, I was just talking, you know. I have opinions.
All right, go ahead and give one of your opinions.
All Nah, you know what? I don't have a good opinion, but I have a story to tell.
Why don't you go
Want
ahead
to hear
and
the story?
start us a long, boring story right now.
Okay, you're on.
All right. Thanks a lot, Dad, for calling into the show. Dad might have had a couple of cocktails.
It's possible.
What do you think?
I think it's possible.
Where were we at here?
We were talking about this religious, this guru. And we were speculating on what he might do with his 800 testicles.
All right, what do you think he was doing with them?
I feel like maybe he probably, you know what he does? He organizes them by size and by color. And what he did was he took the largest ones and built the base, and he worked out the math so that the base would be big enough to support the smaller ones, and he built a perfect pyramid with it, right? You're with me so far?
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, fine. Go ahead.
And then he sculpted a miniature version of himself, and then made little teeny tiny skis for his miniature version of himself. And he just fantasizes about skiing down a mountain of testicles, and then acts it out with his miniaturized version of himself.
That's fucking crazy.
Just all day.
All right, what's our next thing? I'm bored of this guy. Bored of this guy and his never-ending testicle games.
All right. Well, we have some new ISIS news coming up here.
I hate ISIS.
I know. We do hate ISIS. We don't have to spend a lot of time talking about this.
If you ask me,
we don't want to.
If you ask me, those ISIS guys are a bunch of cranks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're all grumpy.
They're curmudgeons.
Yeah.
They're really just unpleasant.
Yeah. Some organization woke up on the wrong side of the bed this decade.
That's if you ask me. I mean, this is just our opinion, obviously.
Right. Opinion.
But if you,
just a bunch of cranks.
If you ask me, these guys are really a bunch of sourpusses.
All right, hold on. Before we get into this, we have a Facebook comment from our last caller. It reads, jerks.
He had to have seen that coming. Come on.
All it says is jerks. So thank you. Thank you, caller, for your contributions. So anyway, ISIS, we have... I don't know if you would consider this new information or not, but the Iraqi army has shot down 2 British planes as they were carrying weapons for the ISIS terrorists in the Al-Anbar province. A senior lawmaker in Iraq has disclosed as of Monday. So they shot down planes that had weapons intended to arm ISIS.
All right. And these are not just some fucking small-time dudes. This is like members of Iraqi parliament,
right?
Which is the government we put in place, I guess, right?
Their national security force, yeah.
It's members of Iraqi parliament are now saying, hey, we need some answers. We're getting reports all the time.
Daily, every single day.
We got reports coming in. And these, I mean, this is like, this is like, your top level senators here or something.
Mm-hmm.
These are guys who are big in the news all the time, famous politicians, and they're coming out and saying, the U.S. and Britain are dropping off supplies to ISIS right in front of us.
So,
what's going on with that? We got to get a world tribunal together here to fucking get some answers? What's going on?
Right?
Is this going to be one of those things where like all the world leaders sit around one of those giant desks with fucking a big video of whatever? I'm trying to reference, future apocalyptic scenes in cheesy movies.
Right.
But do we need to get one of those things fucking going here? Get some answers? What do we got to do here?
It looks that way because the Iraqi parliament has called for answers and is disclosing information about info that they're getting, like we said, daily reports about flights by U.S.-led coalition planes that airdrop weapons and supplies for ISIS in terrorist-held areas. So they are dropping supplies for for ISIS in areas controlled by ISIS, which would imply that they have some kind of relationship.
Well, I mean, we've known ISIS we've known since the beginning that ISIS is likely some kind of creation by intelligence, Israeli, U.S., whoever, fucking black ops are behind it, because it's an extension of Al-Qaeda.
Right.
And it's just an even weirder, more theatrical extension.
Right.
And that seems to extend
in every
further.
way.
And it seems to attract rich kids throughout Europe and stuff like this. I mean, there's been a million stories, whatever. We don't have fucking time to go over the whole thing, but
it's weird.
It's just a weird little social phenomenon right now in certain circles and stuff, which would lead us to the Jihadi John thing.
Right.
Because now the discussion is on him. He's some fucking rich kid from London.
That's raised in London.
Supposedly in these videos. Now, that's if you believe these videos are real, which we go back and forth on, I guess, a little bit on the show. I've pretty much been consistent with that. I don't fucking think they're real.
Right, but that person is actually somebody, regardless of whether the video is real or not. That is a person who's creating the video.
But the actor in the video, at least, is this guy, Jihadi John.
Right, exactly. Jihadi John. And he... I can't fucking wrap my head around. He has just always been fascinated with kind of that extremist culture.
Rich cunt, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, he went to a very nice school. He went to the University of Westminster for computer programming, which is a fairly prestigious university in Britain. And apparently, I mean, according to his family, he's just always been kind of fascinated by terrorist groups. He ended up finally leaving London after getting in trouble because they thought that he was trying to join some other terrorist group. He was accused of trying to travel to Somalia to join a terrorist group there in 2009, I want to say.
Yeah, I heard about that. He got detained or something, and then the details are all kind of sketchy.
Yeah, it's all real convoluted.
This is what this whole ISIS thing is. I mean, it's going to be the same thing as the same way this shit operates here. We end up, in the end, when you start researching about who are the actors in these staged events and stuff like this, they always turn out to be members of these rich families that are loosely tied to political stuff but aren't really in the limelight, aren't really under public scrutiny. It always comes back to this. So this is the equivalent of that in Europe and Europe and the Middle East. I don't know if people really realize here or take the time to consider that, for somebody in London, the Middle East is not the far-off, distant place it is to somebody in Chicago, right? These are people travel back and forth a lot more frequently, and it's actually, you can get there by land. So, I mean, these places are a lot closer than it is when you're here, and these kind of rich families can be connected a lot easier.
Yeah, and they have the money and the means to travel to many places with these affiliations. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. So, David Box just came in the studio. We're going to get him on mic in a few minutes here.
He's going to take the dog.
Taking the stupid dog out first.
The dog won't poop. I'm sorry.
That's his
problem.
It's
gotta happen. So anyway, so he's this rich kid from London who just always was kind of fascinated by terrorist organizations and terrorist culture, and because of that, ended up being forced to stay in London, while he's under investigation.
We're talking about the guy you see in these so-called ISIS beheading videos.
Yeah, he supposedly beheaded 7 or 8
fake.
Westerners.
I mean, the beheading videos are fucking fake as shit.
Yeah, I think we agreed on that.
On
the show already.
The torching the guy in the cage thing, the Jordan pilot who was supposedly torched in the cage. I don't know. Maybe.
Jury's still out on that one.
But anyways, this is the guy in these videos, supposedly.
Right. So anyway, he had been detained and he was under investigation and wasn't allowed to leave London. And then he's started going crazy and feeling trapped and needing to leave, and he came into London one time and after being out of the country, and he was just supposed to be home for a little while because he said he was supposed to marry somebody in Kuwait, and then he was detained, and then that was like the thing that kind of put him over the edge. And once he was allowed to leave the country, he immediately did, and nobody really knows how he got to Syria and ended up meeting up with ISIS, but of everybody who knew him in London and knew him as a person, they say his family, his close friends, every single person who knew him in real life say beyond any shadow of a doubt that it's him in the videos. Absolutely.
So that part of it is not bullshit. It seems that he may be full well involved in some weird behind the scenes conspiracy for sure, but that is actually him, and he is a fucking well-known, well-off little rich cunt.
Yeah.
Cunt. David Box joining us in studio. Hello,
hi, David Box.
David Box.
Hello.
Our local unsolved mystery expert and contributor to the show. Thanks for stopping by. We're talking about Jihadi John.
Oh, Jihadi John.
You know, you've been following on this ISIS thing or no?
I know. What's ISIS? Isn't ISIS from that Archer TV show?
Boy, way to start it off.
I'm sorry.
What do you want to go outside and come back in?
I'm a little addle-minded. I've been watching squash tournaments all fucking day.
Poor David Box has been watching like 12 hours of squash.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll go into that in a few minutes. Let's
rattled.
finish up with the ISIS thing. ISIL. So they shot down a couple of British planes. Let's go back to that.
Yeah.
The Iraqi
army. Yeah.
Shot down a couple of planes because they identified they were dropping off supplies to ISIS, strongholds or wherever they are, fucking ISIS locations, and now they're basically putting the word out to the international community. Hey, we've got reports. We are pretty damn sure that Britain and the U.S. are dropping off supplies to ISIS, and we want some fucking answers.
Mm-hmm.
And these are high-ranking Iraqi government people in Parliament in Iraq.
The Parliament's National Security and Defense Committee.
What else do you have on that story so we can catch David Box up real quick?
Well, the Iraqi army shot down 2 British planes, claiming they identified them based on descriptions from daily reports of people who have witnessed American and British planes supplying ISIS with firearms and food and stuff.
This story is really pretty giant, and it's not getting a lot of legs in either social media or mainstream media. But it's like I mean, this is pretty huge. I mean, we like I said before, we've said from the beginning, this is probably Western countries' intelligence programs that are behind ISIS in the first fucking place.
Mm-hmm.
This is just direct proof.
Totally. I don't think it's any secret that the U.S. government supplies weapons to radical groups. They just they usually
it's nothing new. Yeah.
They usually supply the weapons before they become radical groups.
And that's been common. That's been common knowledge since the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
And it's not just a government thing. It's mainly a corporate thing. It's mainly like arms dealers make tons of money.
Yeah, but
and the CIA too.
You say it's not a government thing; it's a corporate thing.
Well,
who do you think owns all these offices? I mean, that's so closely tied together when you get into those levels where you're talking about international arms trade, shit like that. I mean, they're the same people.
Yeah, I really don't like the words government and corporate, and it's kind of hard not to use them. But I think that there's not really a very clear distinction between like the money powers versus the governmental powers, because the government is just sort of a mirage, and the corporations are just a label to give rich people that we're allowed to know about. But it all comes they have the same tip, or the pyramid comes to one tip. It's not like government and corporations are battling each other. They're kind of one and the same.
Well, the government gives corporations the power that they have. I mean,
and vice versa.
Yeah, probably, sure. But I always laugh at the idea that like certain people who believe in big government think that that's the protection against corporate takeover of our country. But it's funny because without the authoritarian wing, that the government provides of the whole operation, the corporations don't really have much say in society over other than what they can influence through subversive advertising and the direct harmful effects of their products.
Isn't it?
You know, and how they can make people stupid enough to perpetuate their existence in their own way. But without government, the corporations are not powerless, but you know what I mean. I'm getting
well,
at.
right.
You know.
They certainly rely on each other, but there's a revolving door between the two. I mean, Donald Rumsfeld. Donald Rumsfeld. No, Donald Rumsfeld. I think he was a lawyer for Monsanto before
Donald's
he got
Rumfeld is his Ben and Jerry flavor.
Yeah, yeah. His Rumfeld. I hear his Rumfeld's real
I do
gross.
not want that.
He's got a real moist Rumfeld.
Yeah, I know. It just.
But anyway, you'll see these people who are in positions of power in the government. As soon as they're done, they go and they work in some legal department of a corporation, or they're the CEOs, and then the CEOs of these companies, up and coming there, flip around and get into government. The two they ping pong back and forth.
Yeah, no. And the classic example is Monsanto, who has a Venn diagram that crosses over with people in government positions who have worked for Monsanto that are currently in government, or vice versa.
Particularly the FDA.
That's 50 fucking names. But the USDA is another big one. EPA. Monsanto is a massive violator of rules of all of those organizations.
These connections are not secret either. You could do a single Google search and find all kinds of connections between the corporate powers and the government powers, and you'll see that the two just pat each other on the back and help each other out and don't help poor people.
Right. So there's
the common person.
There's the connection between the corporations and the government, and when you're talking about how this stuff works with ISIS, these things are very strongly intertwined, and you're talking about the stimulation of a war effort. So you've got big fucking players in giant American business and British and every other major country, I'm sure, has their finger in the pie of, can we keep turmoil going in the Middle East? Because we know that the United States and Britain love to kill, and they're gonna keep buying our shit. You know what I mean? And it's this giant fucking business, and it is massively intertwined. So you talk about like how likely it is that ISIS is a genuine grassroots organization fighting for freedom, rather than the fucking a creation of this culture of corporate and government effort to make to have an excuse to fucking make money. I guess for the what do you call it? The military industrial complex is the old term that we all use. But what's more likely is what I'm getting at. What's more likely, that there's this grassroots organization that attracted major fucking filmmakers to work with them to produce. You've seen the videos they produce. That's serious shit.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying it's impossible, but
it seems real unlikely.
It is fucking unlikely, isn't it?
Especially when you see pictures of them driving around with Toyotas and other American. I know Toyota's not American made, but they drive around with a variety of things.
It's been
that
proven over
originated.
and over.
Remember the plumbing truck?
Oh, they got all kinds of American cars. Yeah.
Yeah, we covered the plumbing truck on the show. But yeah, I mean, they don't
cars
seem to
that
have
are
a
traced
huge
back
budget.
to Americans as their original owners. Yeah.
Right.
But whatever. I mean, that's all in all, it's all anecdotal. It's okay. Well, there's ways that sure, guys collect up American cars and they sell them in bulk to this country because they don't make their own cars. So it's you know what I mean. And then they get shipped over here, and then so whatever. All in all, every little piece is anecdotal. But then you get the big picture of this ISIS thing. It's just more bullshit from Western intelligence agencies. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Are you guys down or what?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, remember Al-Qaeda? Did we ever actually stop them? I feel like I feel like there's gonna be
David Box out with the old, in with the new.
Yeah.
Right,
Will you
let's-
just embrace the new hatred that
sure
we have?
the new fictitious
Yeah.
enemy.
Come on, let's get riled up against this fictitious enemy.
I think
right
all
now.
right.
three of us were there the night when the Earthling stated, and I don't think it was on the show, but
The
he
night
stated.
the Earthling stood still. That never
Yeah.
happened.
No,
Twitchy
the
fucking
night
motherfucker.
the Earthling said, "You guys listen. Now all you're going to hear about is ISIS. ISIS is the new Al Qaeda. Just pay attention over the next week. You're never going to forget that,
That was
name."
months ago. he
And
said
that was way before. I mean, he totally predicted it because he was paying attention. You know.
Well, but it wasn't even and he was absolutely right, and it wasn't even a particularly astute observation. I mean, it
No,
was just
he
clearly
just-
what was going to go on in the media. It was like before, 2 years before Barack Obama was elected. I remember me and him were hanging out, the Earthling, and I said, or maybe it wasn't. I don't even remember if we knew each other then. But a couple years before Barack Obama was elected, I remember hanging out with somebody, and I remember saying, yeah, Barack Obama's going to be elected. And they were going, no, him and Hillary fucked up, and they divided the Democratic voter bloc, and and I'm like, and I was like, dude, no, look, watch the TV. When they show Barack Obama, it's fucking, they might as well have angels blowing trumpets behind him. You know what I mean?
Seriously,
It's all
yeah.
you have to do is fucking step back a foot and just look at
Yeah.
the way they're portraying people. You can
Yeah.
tell 2 years before who's going to be president.
Yeah.
It's not difficult. And that's the kind of prediction that we're talking about with him and saying ISIS is a new thing. Well, yeah, you can just see the way it's going. Look at mainstream media for your cues of what the new brainwashing angle is. It's not fucking hard to spot, you know. But he was the Earthling was absolutely right on the money with that.
You hit the nail right on the head.
Right on the fucking head.
Right on the fucking nail head.
Well, at the risk of degenerating into cliches,
Did you did you guys already talk about the 3 teenage girls who joined ISIS from England?
We talked about that phenomenon that it's come
Yeah.
to attract like rich, like European
Okay.
kids. But what did you want to say about it?
Oh, I was just curious. I don't want to go through everything that you guys have already talked about.
No, we didn't really go.
We didn't talk
go
about
to it
that one
much.
specifically, but
I just think it's kind of funny that young people joining ISIS is the only kind of radical thing that kids do that gets news. You know, it gets like shoved down your throat when there's like tons of religious killings by Christians that happen in America along the Bible Belt.
Shut the fuck up! No, there's not.
I'm sorry, I don't have statistics with me or anything, but when we talk about killing in the name of religion, there's this thing in the media where it's like only Islamic people do that.
yeah.
No other religion is killing in the name of their religion.
I honestly do. I don't give a shit. Again, this is one of those things. I have no emotional tie to this topic. However, I do generally, when I'm honest, yeah, I do also have that perception that like people who are members of extremist Islamic groups are more likely to do that kind of thing than extremist Christian groups. Do you think I'm wrong about that?
I don't know that you're wrong, and I
just
think
feel-
that we
I
should
just-
realize
that's
that
just like
until we.
A feeling I have.
Yeah,
and it's
but
not even based on like a lot of research. It's just that we live in a predominantly Christian country, and I feel like these like there's like some amazingly Christian towns all across the Midwest, and when you look at the Middle East and like these Muslim towns, and they're blowing each other up, and the Jews and the Muslims are doing their whole fucking dance, over there. They're just killing themselves and children and all over the place. And then you think about like, okay, is Des Moines, Iowa, is like probably one of the is just Christian town, or some shit, or say
They're heavily gluten free in Des Moines, Iowa.
say Chesterton, Indiana, Appleton.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is these are amazingly Christian places. Nobody's ever getting blown up. Like, we have an amazingly Christian country. I'm not Christian. I think they're fucking idiots. But, you
Well,
know.
what about the bombings at the abortion clinics and stuff like that?
Right, that does happen.
There you go.
But isn't it way more rare, or am I wrong?
Yeah.
I'll have to. Yeah,
I'm
I'll
sure
make a
it
note
is
to find some
if we look
statistics
it up.
on that.
Yeah.
But beyond that, what about all of the crimes the crimes against humanity that Israel commits against the people of Palestine?
I set up that whole thing with all those towns, though, just to paint the picture of like, yeah, they're fucked up. There's a lot of annoying things about Christians. There's a lot of hateful things. There's a lot of things that just drive you totally nuts.
Mm-hmm.
But across our country and this Christian mania, we're not dealing with a shitload of fucking suicide bombers, you know?
Yeah.
Around here. It's not weekly news like it is in certain parts of the Middle East.
Right, but it's made weekly news to perpetuate a version of reality. So, I understand that it probably is more likely, and I admit I don't have the numbers here, but there is this projecting of an image of what the world is like, and you know the message is these people are who you need to be afraid of, and this is why you need to submit to what we're saying you need to do. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but that's been the hilarious, the weird hypocrisy for years. Is like, we're trying to make you afraid of these Middle Easterners, but yet we're going to treat every American as though they're a possible terrorist in response to this, you know? And I don't know. I mean, I still think that's just not the realistic problem here that it is in other countries. I just don't think that we have that problem with religion here. I mean, we have a lot of fighting. For whatever reason, we don't blow each other up the way they do in other countries, right?
Yeah.
We talked about that on Thursday.
Yeah.
There's plenty of countries where it's like, you get, on average, blown up every fucking 3 months. You're always
someone's either throwing a bomb at you, or you're stepping on one,
and you're just constantly walking out of a building just covered in black soot with your hair, with your hair standing straight up, and then your eyes do that little blinky where you're the only thing that anyone can see is your eyes. Blink, blink. You know? Smoke, a little curly smoke thing that comes off the top of your head.
Yeah,
that's happening all the time, all over
constantly.
The world. But yeah, so I mean,
right.
I get it. I get it that that's part of the driving thing here. Is we're supposed to hate them because they're savages. We're supposed to go, look at them. They can't run a society. They treat their women like shit. Like we don't. You know what I mean? Like everyone doesn't do that. But you know what I mean? We're supposed to believe all this stuff. Hey, they're bad. But I do believe it's just, I don't know. It just seems like the Christians aren't doing that shit.
Well, even beyond the Christians, though, the reason I brought this up is that Islam seems to be the only one that gets national attention and everything. But beyond Christians, what about Israel? Those Zionist Jews that live there do their own fair share of bombings. The prison camps that they hold Palestinians in are similar to the concentration camps during the fucking Nazi regime.
Well, and let's not forget that it's widely accepted in communities of people like me who think that all government is fucking up to something no good, that Israel, even, like what you were saying, like what's known behind the scenes, their black ops and intelligence is probably behind a ton of the stuff that stimulates the long-lasting wars between Western and Eastern culture. You know, I mean, Israel's an insane government,
right? And even the stories on the news that perpetuate this image and make us think that this happens all the time. On this show, you've talked about how some of it seems bogus. That one guy that got beheaded, who wasn't afraid for his life, and the pussy guy who was just tugging on his shirt about to cut his head.
James Foley.
Right? Remember how ridiculous that was? The shootings in Paris when that guy allegedly got shot point blank with an AK-47, but there was zero blood splatter, and there's clearly a little puff of smoke a few feet ahead of him. It seems like it's a big sort of Hollywood thing. So, like, how much of what you see on the news can you really allow to shape your worldview? You know?
Like 23%, I think, is the number that I came up with.
You thought about this?
No, I know
Please
what you mean.
upgrade your media player for faster HD playback.
It's happening.
I don't
Tell
know
me what to do, bitch.
That sounded like a sweet offering.
Computer
No.
trying to boss us around for a second there.
A limited time only.
It's becoming self-aware.
Anyway.
Andrea, I'm going to kick it to you as the only female in the room. What do you think? What's your intuition? They say you people have some great intuition. I've heard of it. It's called women's intuition. What do you think of what we're talking about with this whole situation? What's your take?
Make it snappy too,
and get it going, because I really just I'm throwing this to you so I can set up the next thing we're gonna do.
Okay. Well, I don't consider myself to have great intuition. Disclaimer, first of all. But I don't think that people create large things without being bad in some way. So to be part of a large organization, whether they're funded by the United States or elsewhere, but I do think they're funded by the United States.
Right, they definitely are.
And are, they're being painted as a larger picture than they are, I think, and a bigger threat than they actually are. But yeah, I think that there's no way that anybody gets that much attention without being shitty. And I think that extends to everything, including what David Box was talking about with holding people prisoner, and all that stuff gets ignored because they have power and they're shitty and they have a shitty network and they all work together and they make things happen for shitty reasons.
What do you think those reasons are?
That's what I was trying to get at.
I can't. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. It's just too different. I don't have any frame of reference.
It clearly isn't money, though, right?
No, because they
make and control money. It's clearly not money that they're after.
It's easy to get money if you're evil,
right?
But it's not. But if you create money, if you step outside of the world market, the people who invented money, the people who created the system in the first place, and then their children's children who built upon it throughout the ages.
Jews.
You know what I mean, though? Like, money doesn't need to be a thing. And the hierarchy allows money to continue to be our lifeblood because it suits their needs.
Yeah.
Right? But all of us can imagine a world where money's not a thing, and it seems real nice, but the people...
I don't have to imagine a world with no money. I've got that going on at my house.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
No problem there. I don't have to imagine
rich
that
guy,
whatsoever.
David Box, coming in the studio talking trash.
We can imagine a world with no money. No. That's an easy one for me.
Well, you understand what I'm getting at, though.
Right, of course.
I was just making a little joke there. Sorry about that.
But so what is it that the elite are after? And is the obvious answer power?
They want to have sex with kids. That's what we always talk about on this show.
Now,
it all comes down to that.
Does power get you sex with kids, or does sex with kids give you power?
That's the old question.
Both
That's
of
the
them.
Eternal question.
Which came first?
The chicken and the egg.
The sex and the kids, or the chicken?
Or the power.
Let me make one thing clear. This isn't funny.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
This is serious.
No, but this conversation always comes back to what's the ultimate motivation for control, because it goes so much further than like decadence or access to material, gain or whatever kind of like greed you could picture in a classic sense.
Yeah,
it does go way further than that.
It's just a super deep, delusional narcissism, and they're just incapable of stepping out of their shoes because they're all inbred fucking mongoloid pieces of shit with reptilian genes, of course.
Yeah,
Bam.
and they all have like one tiny hand.
Yeah.
That's the first sign.
Like Gollum fingers.
Yeah.
The queen has got fucked up.
When you said reptilian jeans, I was picturing like denim jeans with like a lizard skin print on them. Yeah. That would be kind of cool, actually.
Oh yeah,
reptilian jeans.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, reptilians, man. That is a whole nother deal. But
yeah. I don't want to veer.
We talk about it almost every show.
But I feel like I'm always bringing it up too.
Uh-oh.
Oh. What's happening now?
UFO?
I'll tell you what's happening. It's UFOs.
UFOs.
Like that sample. UFOs. What do we got with UFOs going on?
UFOs. We have
They're around. There's some UFOs around.
We had a sighting this week, February 28th, so yesterday. Let's see, this was in Lewisburg, Mississippi. It is a sighting of what they believe is one UFO, roughly the size of a football field, made up of 2 small triangles and 1 third point. So 2 small triangles and 1 point, forming a triangle.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
sort of like
I gotcha.
Sort of like Saprinsky in a way.
Yeah.
Great.
So there's a photo here. I'm sharing it on the Facebook right now.
And who saw it?
It was recorded by paranormal investigator Angela Ashton before appearing to shoot upwards and disappear. There is a link to the video in this article. I don't think that we have it downloaded, but I'm going to put it on the Facebook for everybody. Let's see. Miss Ashton is convinced the object she saw was extraterrestrial. She said, I don't know what else it could be. She saw the object just after midnight, and she says it was at least the size of a football field. So you guys can check that out. It's kind of cool. It just looks like blinking lights in the sky.
We got a picture of it or what?
We've got a picture, yeah. There's one.
Or a video or what's the deal?
No,
with
we
it?
don't have the video. There's a link to the video.
Ah, okay. Just post it for some fucking fucks
yeah.
that want to look at our shit.
Exactly.
There you go, you fucking fucks.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, you
have we said it in a while?
shits.
If you guys want to join in, 630-599-RUBS, R-U-B-S. 630-599-RUBS. Call us up, faggots. What else we got?
We also have some mysterious lights spotted on Ceres, which is a dwarf planet, which scientists are having difficulty complaining.
So this is a planet where only dwarfs
explaining.
Scientists can't. All they do is complain.
They can't complain about it.
All they do is complain.
I can't complain, but sometimes I still do.
I'm a scientist. For a second, I thought you were doing sometimes I get good feeling. Yeah.
No.
I was doing I'm a scientist today.
Sometimes I'm a scientist
today.
All right.
It's horrible.
Anywho, let's see. 2 strange reflective patches have been spotted on Ceres. A dwarf planet is shining 2 bright lights at a NASA spacecraft right now, and our smartest scientists are unsure what they are. As bizarre as that sounds, that's the situation with Ceres, the largest object in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, officially designated as a dwarf planet. And that's the same category that Pluto now falls in. So Ceres is as serious as Pluto is to us. NASA's Dawn spacecraft is approaching Ceres ahead of a March 6 rendezvous. The picture that I am posting on the Facebook right now was taken on the 19th of February, and it shows 2 very shiny areas and the same basin on Ceres' surface. So it's kind of crazy. It looks pretty weird. I think you have it there as well, right?
All right, fuck that. What else are we talking about? UFOs. I'm not feeling UFOs tonight.
You don't care about the lights on Ceres?
I don't know.
Are we saying that right? We never figured out if that was right.
I think that's right, yeah.
Ceres.
Are you feeling UFOs or what?
Like right now, am I feeling one? I think I feel one.
Is there one?
Because there's one right behind you.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
No, really. Are you feeling UFOs?
I'm kind of curious to see the video that we talked about first, and then the pictures. Can we watch the video and make some comments on it?
Do you have it or no?
Yeah, but I'm not hooked up to the audio. You can grab it through your Evernote.
Okay.
If you want to do it that way.
Yeah, I'll find it. Well, give me 1 second.
Because I feel like maybe after I see the evidence that we're talking about, I can really feel those UFOs, you know?
Well, here's the picture. I'll show you the picture I just posted on our Facebook.
Of Ceres?
Which one is video?
I think I saw the picture of Ceres.
I just lifted up my laptop and everything fell.
So, have scientists come up with any kind of hypotheses for what these shines are in Ceres?
They're waiting to for the probe to get there to see what's going on.
They're gonna probe it.
Let's see, ice.
Flipping it around on the aliens.
There may be ice. A small amount of ice might be reflecting light back, and they may also be patches of salt. But there's no way of knowing without getting closer.
Those were the same predictions that they made about shines on some other planet. I don't remember.
Maybe that's because that's what.
There, I got this video.
Would be the only thing to explain it besides life, you know?
Over here. I got it on my computer. So we got this video that looks like an insane fucking cluster of lights. That's a definite solid object up there.
This is a UFO investigator shooting?
Yeah, where is this again?
This is in Lewisburg, Mississippi.
Damn, that's a fucking solid object floating around with a bunch of portholes.
Yeah.
Portholes.
That looks pretty fucking real to me.
So this, there's a link to this video on the page for our listeners at home.
The shape looks really familiar to the Phoenix lights and things like that, if you're familiar with that. It does look strangely glowy, though. It's moving in a weird way, and it's more ambiguous than your standard triangle UFO.
Yeah, but it definitely looks... It even more so than the Phoenix lights or other major like triangular UFO sightings like that. This looks even more like a solid object than any of those, for sure. Because a lot of the Belgium lights, the Phoenix lights, things like that were these triangular sightings, you got the feeling, that is a giant solid object, but that is clearly a solid object.
It very much looks like a solid object.
That is 100% a solid object.
With the Phoenix lights,
in Missouri,
it's in Missouri?
Mississippi.
Oh, Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Sorry.
The Phoenix lights kind of seem like they're like your mind.
Sorry. What can people look that up as? The what sighting?
The Lewisburg, Mississippi sighting. It's being called right now. I'm sorry, Lewisburg.
Lewisburg, Mississippi sighting. There you go.
It was just spotted yesterday, so...
D-Box had a comment.
Oh, I was going to say, when you look at the Phoenix lights, what you see are 3 dots that make up that triangle, and it seems like
it's more than 3, but it's
Well, yeah, it's more, but what is allegedly one craft is these 3 points, and your mind kind of makes up the triangle. But when you actually watch the video, what I see is three points, but I don't see the connecting lines to make a solid. Not that that's not what it is, but it just looks black. This video that we just watched, seems
like it's like a clear 3D object.
Yeah, it's like the light is shining on the edges of whatever the lights are coming from.
100%, yeah.
Totally, yeah.
Now, for the record, I don't know if you recall, but we did watch a thing where they animated orientation lines on the Phoenix lights, and it proved that they were connected with each other with the way that they moved.
Sure.
So even though it didn't appear like it, maybe to the naked eye, that was part of that.
Right.
So I don't want anyone to be confused.
Yeah, I wasn't,
because that's kind of an important part.
I wasn't suggesting that the Phoenix lights were not connected or moving like a solid.
Right.
I just mean that
it wasn't obvious.
The light did not shed light on the craft itself.
Exactly. There you go. And you didn't see any shading, and you see that in this object. You see.
No, here's what my question is: why do you need lights on the outside of your vehicle for interplanetary travel and interstellar and intergalactic? And I mean, why do you need lights on the outside of your ship?
That question has been brought up a couple times on the show, and I gotta tell you, I don't have a good answer for that. And the only thing is, maybe it's a basic sensibility of aircraft. Is that
there's satellites just don't have lights on them?
There's this basic thing that's no, some satellites do have lights.
No, it's a thing that generally they don't have lights on the outside of them, and that's why
fuck outta here.
When you see them orbiting the Earth, what you're seeing is the sun reflecting off them beyond the horizon, and you're not seeing lights on the satellite, which is why you never see them right in the middle of the night.
God, am I a caveman?
Yeah, look at you.
It's like idiot. I thought they had lights.
Could it Could it be that
doesn't the moon have giant lights all over it?
How do they light up the moon?
Because I mean, come on, the moon is bright as fuck. Some Hollywood shit going on up there.
David Box, what are you trying to say?
Oh, I'm trying to say, couldn't the lights on the
David
alleged
Box.
UFOs?
David Box. Let's take it to David Box.
All right, I'm taking it.
I'm gonna kick it over to David Box, local unsolved mystery expert. David Box, what do you think, David Box?
Coming up next with David Box, he's going to give us his take on the situation.
David Box.
I'm thinking that perhaps the lights on the aircraft could be a byproduct of their propulsion systems.
Propulsion, huh?
Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a jet
why
creates a light with the shit.
Like when it burns fuel?
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. But those are clearly those look like electric. They don't look like a burning light. They look like a designated light source. At least in this video, I mean, don't they?
Yeah, but burning. Not all light is a burning thing, and their aircraft doesn't need to be burning fuel or anything. There's a lot of theories on what it is, anti-gravity, and then some other shit with mercury and stuff like that. So it could just be the byproduct of whatever makes their ship fly, and it, maybe hiding it isn't an option.
Because a lot of people have theorized it would have to be probably not even a theory. It would have to be an extremely high energy fuel that we don't really have worked out here yet. I mean, and so you could be talking about massive amounts of radiation you're putting out that could be causing light, and things of that nature. You didn't just say that, did you?
No, I didn't say that.
Sometimes I'm fixing things on the show, and I'm like, I hope somebody didn't just say the thing that I think makes me sound smart right now.
Yeah.
And you fucking I've done that a couple times. I say a thing like I'm really insightful, and somebody's like, yeah, I just fucking said that.
Yeah. Where were you?
That does make sense, though, that it would be a nuclear
radiation
reaction
or something, right?
Yeah.
Because
that does make sense.
sun isn't...
radiation. Yeah.
Yeah.
It might just be a radiant thing.
Because the sun emits a lot of light, I think, and
it's not burning.
It's not a burning ball of gas. It's a nuclear reaction versus a chemical one. So that would be the difference between an alien craft and anything that we're currently using, at least that the public knows about.
Well, that makes sense.
The sun is the reflection. The sun is the reflection off of it's actually the amplification of a magnifying glass. Of a giant child that is so large we can't even perceive it, and the entire existence, the entire expanse of our universe, everything that's ever happened in the physical reality that we all share and know, is just in one blink of an eye of this giant child with this giant magnifying glass, and the exact point where the light is amplified, that's our sun. That's what I believe.
More power to you, brother.
I gotta take a break. I gotta piss.
Yeah, it's break time.
Break time. Well, UFOs, huh?
That was a UFO time.
That was some UFO fun.
All right, we'll be back on the Sunday Evening Overdose in 5 minutes or something.
Okie dokie.
Pretty quick. Pretty fucking quick this time. We'll be right back. Shall not divide you. Use many with mouths as you might need, or hit record oblivion in deep dark yourself from what you would give for them to be friends again. And I am. Yeah.
Whoa.
Back on the Sunday Evening Overdose.
Back.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for tuning in. The Sunday. Oh wait, what? The Sunday.
You're upsetting the dog.
Did I turn all red for that? coming back to do some talk radio. Yeah. Thank you for tuning back into the Sunday Evening Overdose.
Here we are.
Just chilling, having a good time.
We're back.
It's a low-key talk show. Yeah! I heard we got some drunk bears.
Before we get into that, yeah, we do have some. Boy, do we have some drunk bears. But before we get into that, well, I just wanted to
let's go ahead.
read this comment from one of our listeners. Loyal fan of the show, John Black 969.
Right.
Left a comment that reads, "Call your dad back. That was funny as shoot. You can't swear on this thing. What the fook."
John Black!
So that was on our social stream on Ustream.
Thanks, John.
Don't forget, you guys can also comment on the social stream, comment on Facebook, call us, 630-599-RUBS, R-U-B-S, RUBS. RUBS, 599-RUBS, call us. Talk to us about stuff.
Let's get back to the show.
Drunk bears.
Drunk bears!
All right. Here are some Russian bears.
Right.
Who live in a zoo, a very poorly run zoo.
I would say so. I got a picture of a drunk bear up there for people to check out on Ustream. Aww. Look at that.
A little drinky.
Little bear passed out in a chair with a beer. Go ahead.
Kill us.
If that were a person, he'd be a fucking disgrace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would feel nauseated at the sight
That's
of that.
another
What a
double
pig.
And talk about another double standard. The bears versus humans drunk standard.
Yeah, really any animal versus humans drunk.
Pass out 3 p.m. drinking as a bear. People think it's hilarious.
You get your picture in the newspaper.
Yeah. Do that 700 times as a person, your family starts to cry every day.
What is with that?
All right, so there's a pair of bears who live in a zoo in Russia, and activists are calling to send these poor alcoholic bears to rehab in Romania.
I think that's a waste of the taxpayers' dime.
What? Like they've got a like addiction is a sickness? They're fucking degenerates.
Ridiculous.
Exactly what I think.
It's actually kind of a sad story. The bears are blind because people would come and just throw shit into their cage, just anything, garbage, trash, try and rile them up. Alcohol, beer. They used to give them beer on purpose to get them drunk and then be like, oh, it's so cold, they need the beer to keep warm. And eventually the bears ended up going blind and becoming addicted to alcohol. So, and the guy who runs the zoo literally said, well, it's not my fucking problem what the spectators do to the bears.
That's fucked up. You know what's really funny is people won't give alcohol to homeless people despite sub-zero temperatures, but the bears, they need it.
They need it to
survive. They need the alcohol because they don't have a huge coat of fur.
So those are the Russian bears.
Yeah, that was actually the sound of bears clapping.
Yeah.
In the cold.
They're really well trained.
Russian bears.
Clapping with really cold paws.
So how much liquor does it take to get a bear drunk, though?
That's a great question.
Holy shit.
That's the thing that's missing from this story is it's got to be taking fucking 30 beers to get a bear drunk.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not having 6 beers and eating Taco Bell and going to sleep.
Well, here's what they don't have working against them as bears is thousands of years of evolution developing a tolerance for alcohol.
Yeah.
So who knows how they process it? Who knows how big their liver is compared to the size of their body? And you know, how quickly that stuff gets metabolized.
Bears are like the Native Americans of the natural world when it comes to. That was a weird thing to say. Like, bears are like the Native Americans of animals. They just get so drunk. That's where I was going. Well, they can't all be gems. I'm sorry, you know. But I'm going with that. Bears are the
that was a gem. Are you kidding me?
Bears are the Native Americans of animals.
Ah, that was lovely. Okay, yes.
And what did I say at first? Of the natural world?
Of the natural world, yeah.
What a fucking loser I am. That was a joke. I was trying to... That was a real attempt.
All right.
Remember
what a
the...
piece of shit I am.
Remember the drinking monkeys?
Fired. Oh, yeah.
Piece of garbage I am.
Yeah, there's a whole community of monkeys who are addicted to alcohol because they evolved eating fermented fruit off the forest floor. And then their habitat was developed into a resort that just happened to serve copious amounts of fruity alcohol. And they will literally go to the resort and steal people's drinks and drink their drinks.
There's tons of video of it, too.
Yeah.
They just come right up and take it.
Come right up and take it.
Steal it when you're not looking. You look away for 1 second, monkey's got your drink.
In their culture, too, the more a monkey can drink...
That was kind of like me when I was 18. Though. Yeah. I was like lurking around the smoking section, you know, some patio of a bar, just grabbing through the bars and fucking grabbing a cranberry and vodka if I could, slamming it. I'm 18.
Mixing all the cups of beer that you find together into one cup.
Well, when you're under 21 and you live in a city where, you know, I mean, you live in like an actual city, you're completely like you're left out of everything.
Yeah.
You need to sneak around bars. That's the only thing you can do.
You don't have another option. But
yeah, these bears are.
Well, so the bears are they're trying to get him into rehab, which I guess would be pretty good for them. But what do I know about being a bear?
Well, they took real good care of him at the zoo, so the bear rehab must be...
Well, the rehab is in Romania.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God.
You know the old saying, bears love living at zoos.
Yeah.
That's what they say about bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, that old...
I expect Voldemort Putin to do something about this. That's not my joke.
All right.
I can't take credit for that.
All right, just...
Really? Whose joke was it?
It's from, what is it? Was that an Andy Dwyer? Yeah. Andy Dwyer.
Ah, you dumb shit.
I'm sorry. It made you fucking laugh.
Right, yeah. Well, it shouldn't have.
All right, well, here's something that's going to make everybody laugh.
It was a fraudulent laugh.
Land octopus. Did you guys see the land octopus?
I've heard of the elusive land
there's this video of this fucking octopus that jumps out of the fucking water, grabs this crab.
He fucking walks across the rocks like all...
Yeah.
It's a landopus.
So, yeah. As if an octopus isn't bad enough under the water, flailing around. Like an octopus under the water is awful. It looks like a bunch of tissue that's staying together for no reason. You're like, why are you not falling apart, you weird fucking ball of mucus and fucking arms? Get the fuck away from me, octopus. And then jumps out of the water. Its fucking snot body just fucking slamming across some rocks. You fucking moron. Oh, I'm gonna grab this crab. And then, it's fucking mucusy tentacles just slam around the thing, and then it's
horrendous.
Oh God,
it's horrendous.
And it's got a look of like it's got the same look. It looks like, I swear to God, if an octopus could look, it looks at the camera as it's dragging the crab back to its watery doom. The octopus is looking back like a guy who like you just caught a guy dragging a child to a van. That's what the octopus looks like. That's what
it doesn't stop.
That's what a creeping octopus is.
Yeah.
Have you seen the octopi that are really, really good at camouflaging?
Yeah.
I mean, there could be a land puss in this room right now.
A land puss in any corner.
Yeah.
That's why and Andrea has seen me do it. That's why I walk around punching the corners of any room that we're in once it gets late enough.
In case there's a land puss.
Old pal John Black out in Michigan. What's up?
Hello?
Yeah?
I'm sorry, my connection's not that good. I just...
All right.
Good. Well said.
Well, thanks, John.
Thank you for calling.
And he hangs up.
Well, that connection sure wasn't good. Man, he nailed it.
Well.
All right, well.
What else about that fucking octopus? You've seen the video.
Yeah, we have the video. We have it queued up if we want to play it for...
Do you want to play it for the Ustream audience?
Yeah, we might as well.
I would love to see
is it
the
on YouTube?
landpuss.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
All right, here we go.
Whoa, infinity.
If you're on Ustream, check this out. Look at your screen now. We got this fucking octopus thing. Oh, and a caller. Here we go. All right, here we go. There you go. Everybody ready? Hey, shut up, John Black. We're watching this octopus.
Middle of the, no reception.
Hold on 1 second. All right, so we got this octopus still concealed. There's a crab. Oh my god, they're filming the crab. The octopus jumps out.
And he fucking walks across
the rocks like a spider.
Oh,
Like
get
a-
your
like a
shit together,
spider.
camera guy.
Seriously, yeah, that's real frustrating.
What?
Look at it.
Oh,
that's
that
so
is
creepy.
terrible.
That's the worst thing of all time.
You do not want landpuss.
No.
This is bad.
No land puss.
Here's what an octopus is: 2 giant eyeballs, a big mucus body, and and a pulsing brain. That's the worst fucking animal ever of all
and
time.
writhing
That's
suction
disgusting.
cups.
God, it was so
every
fidgety.
octopus should be fucking ashamed, ashamed of themselves. John Black.
How dare you evolve into this?
John Black in Michigan.
All right. So, first of all, they actually theorize that octopuses have been able to live on land and mostly in trees like monkeys, and they just swing from branch to branch.
That's true.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
It was
really
squid.
fucking
No, it
scary
was
idea.
squid.
Squid.
It was squid.
Also, I've been to rehab, and I'm not going back because it's full of communist bears.
Every rehab is full of communist bears.
Blind
I don't know. I don't feel like opening up to a bear from Russia. I just feel like he'd just laugh at me and tear my face off.
Is it because you're racist against Russians?
No, I just don't trust anything that wants to eat me.
It's blind.
Yeah. It just wants to drink.
Yeah. What do you think?
What the fuck is your problem?
What,
be really
what
good
makes
friends,
you
I
so
don't know.
desirable?
Just gonna hang out with a bear and get drunk.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound awesome?
I think that's what we're all gonna do.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, let's get a bear and get it drunk.
All right, where do we get a bear? You got a guy?
I got a bear guy.
I don't really grow around here. Just gotta find a good plant. Crop one off.
Whoa. Hang on a second. Anything else?
I don't know anything about bear farming.
What's our next story? Let's play a game. Let's see if John Black can come up with some punchlines to our setups on the next story. What's the next story?
Our next thing is our found treasure segment. We got some found treasure this week.
Oh shit!
It's not very funny.
Yeah, it's not going to be good for that.
Okay.
John, hang out for a minute. We're going to talk about found treasure. Actually, yeah, we'll bring him on. We'll keep him on. Fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah, there might be something funny there that we don't even know about.
We'll figure it out. Yeah. Found treasure. So we're avid treasure hunters on the show. We've all metal detected together. We do things of that nature. What are you? I heard. Did you hear him snickering in the background? Yeah,
it's true.
You mean breaking into abandoned houses and looting?
No, that's a whole different thing, and that's a lucrative enterprise as well. This is a problem with this. This is a problem with this fucking advertisement playing in the background. So we do the found treasure segment on the show. What do we got? A couple of metal detectors have hit it big lately.
Yeah, well, we do have this one story, not about metal detectors. However, it is about divers pursuing a Confederate treasure in Lake Michigan based on a deathbed confession of somebody who claims to have hid their treasure there. So,
Man, I gotta plan my deathbed confession.
yeah, what am I going to reveal right before I die?
Yeah, you gotta think of something good.
Yeah, that's what people are going to talk about. So anyway,
I think I'm just gonna tell them I know where there's Confederate treasure.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, that's a good
But
one.
I don't know where there's any Confederate treasure, so they'll just search ceaselessly for
Yeah, forever. Just pick a place where you know that there's definitely no Confederate treasure, and
the Sahara.
Well, you'll have to go investigate first and make sure there's nothing to find, and then you say that there's something to find there. Right? Is that how you do it?
Ah,
that's what I would do.
Gosh, looks like my calendar just filled up.
Yeah.
There you go.
So they haven't found anything yet, but they have been pursuing this treasure since 2011. So I guess we'll just keep an eye on that story.
Well, we actually have a couple of found things.
We do have a couple of found things, yeah. A teenage treasure hunter discovered a massive hidden haul of IRA machine guns while he was pursuing scrap
The reason
metal.
a teenager found a treasure, I was like, it was like an old ratty porn mag.
Right. It's just like some cigarettes and a quarter bottle of scotch. You know?
Yeah.
Teenager found treasure
Stowed under his bed.
in father's sock drawer.
Yeah.
Treasure found. But this kid was actually out metal detecting and found a fucking huge giant storage locker of guns or something buried under the fucking ground.
An arsenal.
Yeah, 40 plus guns. He's 16 years old. He said, I was shocked. I've never found anything like this before. Of course he didn't, you idiot.
Man, if I found a warehouse full of guns, I probably wouldn't tell anybody.
No, fuck no. You'd sell them one at a time.
I'd definitely keep a couple, too.
Oh, yeah, keep a
Holy
bunch
shit.
of them, dude.
And then that place where I found them is my new sanctuary.
What a little faggot. He did. Hey, I found some guns. I don't know. Like, dude, you call your friends. You get a van. You start figuring it out. You find a giant thing of guns.
Ow.
Are you fucking serious?
Especially in this day and age.
even
Hop
better.
on the internet.
Even better, take them up to that shed. You know, the one with the chest, with the feet? Keep them there.
You guys are going to hate the rest of this story.
Oh,
You've
no.
reacted so prematurely to what's happening.
Oh, really?
Oh, no.
Okay, so what he was doing was magnet fishing, which is you throw a big magnet into a creek or a lake and you pull out whatever metal comes with it. He was looking for scrap metal to sell, okay? So they start pulling out these guns out of this fucking creek.
Oh.
And they find like a lot of pieces and like a couple of whole ones. So they were like, shit, what are we supposed to do? So he keeps one of the whole ones, sets it aside, and they throw all the goddamn guns back into the river. Every single one except for the one that he kept. So he brought it home and his mom was like, what the fuck do you have a gun for? And he was like, I found it. And she was like, nuh-uh, buddy. And then she called the cops, and the cops came and went and got all the guns out of the river and took them all for themselves.
What a little
Called the
idiot.
cops on her own kid?
She called the cops about the guns, not to arrest her kid. No,
My son has a
Why
gun.
does anyone call the police ever?
no, I don't understand. And also about like some old ass guns that clearly aren't gonna shoot anybody anytime soon.
Fucking moms, dude.
Fucking moms. God damn fucking
Fucking up our
moms.
gun finds.
Seriously. I mean, who hasn't had that happen to them?
Well, and that's probably got him on some registry now, too, as a potential
Terrorist.
danger person.
Yeah.
He's a terrorist.
He's in one of those black ops sites being tortured.
All right, then there was some other real treasure.
Some real treasure.
That was found this week.
Got some real treasure.
If there ever was a treasure, this was it.
Succulent
Official.
treasure.
Official succulent treasure.
Like, was it? What?
Succulent treasure.
It is an Anglesey Bronze Age hoard officially declared a treasure. It's a ring.
Oh, a nice hoard.
Found by a metal detector. Well, a person using a metal detector. And it has officially been declared treasure.
This is like a drone metal detector going around finding ancient rings.
And then claiming the money for it. Going around and getting it appraised afterwards. The find was thought to be around 2,800 to 3,000 years old and includes a gold penannular ring and 3 fragments of copper ingot. Ingo. I don't know what this word is.
Ingot.
Ingot?
Ingot.
Thank you, caller. So it's been appraised and officially declared treasure. And it will now be acquired by a museum.
Of course.
Of course.
The person that found it, what do they get?
Nothing.
Nothing.
They don't even have their name in this article.
That's another reason why I always say when these treasure hunters, we do these articles, don't fucking tell anybody.
Why are you fucking telling people?
Don't tell anyone. Get on a boat to the black market as fast as possible.
Just go.
Find your avenue to some weird people who will buy, whatever the fucking weird thing you found is. Do not tell anyone.
You probably only hear about the dumb treasure finders because all the smart ones found the best shit.
Because the really experienced treasure hunters that are out there, yeah, they're not in the fucking news. They're selling to the top. They're selling to the real buyers, the guys that are paying top dollar for the shit behind the scenes. The government is gonna recall your. We found a cache of gold coins, and it turns out they were, recalled at some point. So you let the government know they're going to take them from you, but a private collector will pay you $3.5 million. You know what I mean? For the same amount of gold coins.
I don't know if I agree with the term treasure because, let's say I found an old shoebox and there was a VHS cassette of someone eating a Subway sandwich as fast as possible. I'd think that was a treasure.
John Black.
I would put that in a safety deposit box.
All right.
Eat it. I would sell it to Subway, and they can make a commercial out of it.
The anti-Jared.
Yeah.
The time-traveling Subway sandwich. How old is this treasure you found of this?
No, it have to be vintage, like really grainy VHS, and I want marinara to splatter on the camera while it's happening.
Nice. Classic.
So I just wanted to take the whole 12 inches and just try to ram it down his throat as fast as possible.
Yeah, I'd like a big meatball sub. Guy cramming balls in his mouth.
There you go.
Well, how did we get treasure? That's right.
Yeah, that would
but
be
he has to refer to it as an ingot.
Ingot.
Well,
Ingot.
so that's the found treasure this week. Unless you guys had anything to add regarding.
Oh, I see deer out on the lake.
Deer? Oh, that's a real treasure. Those memories will be a real treasure.
Did you just say deer out on the lake?
Yeah, it's frozen.
Oh, I see.
It's winter.
Yeah. John Black.
No,
John Black. Floating deer.
It's about -6 degrees right here.
Oh, I hate John Black.
I hate me too. I'm the worst.
The worst caller we have.
All right, I'm going to go in because my hands are going numb.
Yeah.
And I lose the signal.
I'm just over here.
Also, you guys are not very nice people, so there.
Yeah. Thank you. So long.
You should call your dad again.
Hang on a second.
We can't call anybody. They have to call us.
We don't call anyone. And I would like to know, why is it that you think we should call my dad in the first fucking place?
Because he was really funny. He was just rambling all over.
All right. Stupid. We should take another quick break and then finish up our shit, right? Because I don't think we're even going to go another hour. But I want to take a quick break. I know we just broke like 40 minutes ago. But we only have a few more things to do, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we're going to do a couple more things for you guys. I want to sincerely thank anybody who is hanging out for the live show tonight. And
let's play more of that robot.
No, we played it all, pretty much. We did all, not even pretty much.
Robots.
We played it all in its entirety.
all played.
I'd rather play Charles Manson.
Right.
That'll be up.
I'll give you an example, man. I'll try to.
It'll be up pretty soon. You guys can check out the new Robot Hilarious stuff. We'll play it again, maybe at the end of the show or something, but it'll be up soon. We'll be back in a couple minutes on the Sunday Evening Overdose.
Your home is where you're happy. It's not where you're not free.
Alright, welcome back to the Sunday Evening Overdose.
We're so back.
We're getting ready to talk about gay people in Indiana. Hollywood was about some crazy laws.
The gays.
Oh, gays.
Oh, Indiana passing some laws about the gays.
Holy shit.
Now, this is something that we've definitely talked about more than one time on the show before, but Indiana Senate has just approved a bill allowing discrimination by businesses against LGBT people.
So what's LGBT, real quick?
Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender. So pretty much anybody who isn't a straight person.
Right. Yeah, because we're no good anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess straight people are
Out of style with these new sexual fucking fads that are
Oh, wait, you're supposed to say fuck when you're the... Whatever.
You screw. Well, I guess you just can't do that voice anymore.
You guys don't say fuck. All right. Put that on hold. What do you got on this? We're talking gays in Indiana.
Gays in Indiana.
Controversial topic.
Okay, so this bill, which will allow businesses to discriminate against LGBT individuals, was approved by a vote of 40-10 and is now heading to the House of Representatives. And it would prohibit any state laws that substantially burden a person's ability to follow his or her religious beliefs. It has a definition of a person that includes religious institutions, corporations, partnerships, and associations. So basically, if you say it's because of your religion, you can just do whatever you want to gay people.
Oh, I see. So that's the loophole. It's like, this is a religious institution.
Yeah.
And we really are protecting the sanctity of marriage, so you can't eat our waffles.
So you can't eat our waffles, yeah.
A religious institution.
But we've definitely taken the stance on the show before as a whole that if you're a business and you want to fucking drive people away, like what the fuck ever, so do that. That's your business. That's how you want to do it, then do it.
Who can
the gay
really,
bakery.
Yeah, the gay bakery was the classic one where we're like, who gives a shit?
What was the gay bakery?
If they don't want to bake a gay cake for a gay wedding.
Oh, that's right.
So that was a huge thing, but it is true. Like, can we really make laws that you have to accept, anyone who may come across you in society? I mean, like, not like we even really give a shit. It's not an issue of like, hey, I think that I side with this person. No, they're probably suck. Anyone who does that is probably a total dick. All right, fine. But it's just like, do we need laws? Do you have to make laws?
Yeah.
Do we really need to force each other to accept things that people don't want to accept? Leave them alone.
But
they don't want to let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah.
With their business. Sorry, go ahead.
But on the reverse side of it, oh man, I completely forgot what I was about to say.
That happens.
Yeah, that does happen.
Pressure.
No, it's not the pressure. You just would not stop talking.
Well, I was trying to get my point
No,
across.
but it seems strange that there would be a law that would allow you to discriminate. Like, it doesn't... Aren't you already allowed to refuse business to anybody that you choose? Like, isn't that a thing? You can refuse business to people if there's like a disturbance or something like that.
Yeah, you're allowed to refuse service to anyone that you choose. But I guess if they feel it's discriminatory, then you're not allowed to.
Yeah, so what are the lines? Why does this law have to be a thing? And what was the previous shit that was there to, because it seems like it seems weird that a law would be enacted that is just like, oh, you're allowed to be a shitty person instead of you just independently being a shitty person and refusing business. Like it's already your right. You have to wear the face of a shitty person and just do it. But instead, there's a law that's like, oh yeah. So now it's you're no longer a shitty person.
Normally,
it's the law.
With something like this, where they put in laws where it's not really necessary, it's because they want to set a precedent.
Yeah.
Here we have to have laws for this kind of behavior, so we can control this kind of behavior. So in the future, we can push it further and further.
Mm-hmm.
We can take and say, based on these things that most people agree with now. We'll set the precedent, and then in 10 years, it's like, okay, we're going to make it illegal for you to refuse business to a cop. You can't do that. You can't refuse business to a someone who you disagree with politically in any way or whatever, or you know what I mean? And it's or whatever, however it progresses, whatever. It'll keep going way further, than it is now.
Yeah, I definitely think you're right about that.
Isn't there an expectation of backlash? Like, it seems like weird. Maybe the people in government are existing in a bubble, but are business owners really going to kind of leverage this law? Because it seems, even if you hate gay people, it seems counterintuitive to living in a capitalist society. I would serve plenty of people that I hate if it got me a bunch of money.
I serve people I hate all the time.
Right. If I knew what they wanted and I could provide it, give me your money.
If you punch a clock anywhere, chances are you're serving something you hate.
Yeah.
In some fashion or another, yeah.
I think the difference is that Indiana is not a very diverse state culturally, and
Indiana is one of those ones that's just all the same white guy everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just one guy.
And they are surprisingly white.
Station.
I mean, we're right around the corner from there, and granted, we are right next to Chicago, and I understand it's different in the rest of Illinois, but
no, but Illinois and Indiana are very different places.
Right,
you could
exactly.
be out in the middle of nowhere in Illinois and being in like a majority black town, you know? You could be in some old working class town that has all different types of people. River towns all over Illinois are incredibly diverse and have cool, rich histories. And you go to the equivalents in Indiana, and it is, man. They're
you've got the KKK.
White as fuck over there. They really are.
Really white, and it's like weird Midwest redneck, where it's like not quite redneck, but
it's like driving around waving
there.
a Confederate flag, kind of redneck.
It's
like still burning a cross, kind of redneck.
Yeah. So you think about how their social structures are set up and which kind of people are already in power that perpetuate this kind of idea, and then it kind of becomes less weird that they would have like a radically anti-gay, like specifically anti-gay legislation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's a response. It really is to what I was saying before. Is like people need to leave each other alone.
Yeah.
If people out in the country are Christian and they want to say we don't like the gay thing, it doesn't seem right to us. We leave them alone.
Yeah. Who the fuck cares?
Give them some time. Give them a few generations with the internet. It's gonna be fine. It's going to be fine. All of the people that are like made nervous about each other for weird reasons like that, they're going to go away. Just stop pushing it, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're going to get backlash like this.
Yeah.
Now there's a movement.
Right.
Look how irritated I got earlier because people talk shit about white people.
Yeah.
I don't actually care.
No.
But it becomes a principle after a while. It's like if you're pushing for this thing that I'm not ready for, there's going to be a backlash.
Yeah,
eventually.
that's just how it works.
So just stop.
Yeah.
Just relax.
Just leave everyone
Everyone
alone.
doesn't have to come around to your way of thinking immediately just because you gain a new perception that you think is right. I mean, everyone doesn't have to come around to your fucking way of thinking right off the bat.
Yeah.
It doesn't make them evil.
It's kind of weird because we're in a time where gay people, sort of finally have a real voice and everything, and they all just want to like yell a lot.
Yeah.
And that like
loud.
I get it.
Loud bunch they are.
Yeah.
But what you're saying makes sense too.
Yeah.
But
and the reason you have a voice is because the world is a changing, and it is going to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like people have to stop trying to force each other. Well, that's the theme of tonight's show. Stop trying to force each other to believe what you want to believe.
Yeah.
If what you believe is right, sit back, be patient, enjoy your enlightenment as you see it. You know what I mean?
And leave
enjoy
me
what you can
alone.
do with your brain, and enjoy your enlightenment to the degree that you enjoy it, and trust that if you really think you're right, the truth will win out in the end.
Yeah.
So relax. Stop trying to force everyone. It's really annoying. It's really fucking annoying.
Stop.
Yeah. Code it out.
It's annoying.
All right, what's the last couple things we got?
All right, let's see. Our maraschino cherry tycoon shoots himself after police discover his factory is actually a front for growing pot.
Yeah.
Pot.
So,
this guy is like
Pot.
I mean, he got caught with like a shitload of weed, right?
Yeah.
In his car or something.
no, behind a false wall in his factory.
Like 40-some pounds of weed.
80
or some
pounds.
Shit. 80 pounds. Jesus
God, can you imagine,
Christ.
like, physically how much space that must have taken up? 80
Yeah.
pounds of weed.
Mm-hmm.
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it that kind of like when you were imagining you had no money?
Yeah.
Is it that kind of imaginary thing, or?
No, it's not quite there, but it's like imagining a picture is colored in that you need to color in. I've seen the outline. I can imagine what it looks like with all 80 pounds colored in. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, I know what that probably looks like.
Yeah, that's a lot. But
So what is this pot?
it was marijuana for the layman in the audience. But it's was found behind a false wall at the Dell's Maraschino Cherry Factory, which is one of the country's largest maraschino cherry suppliers. And that's pretty crazy. So they got raided. Let's see. Investigators showed up to the facility, and Arthur Mandela, who is the owner, was initially cooperative, but then he became nervous when they asked about some suspicious-looking shelving, and he excused himself to go to the bathroom. And once he went to the bathroom, he killed himself. He went in the bathroom, shouted, "Take care of my kids," to his sister, and then killed himself. Yeah. There you have it.
Jeez.
So shortly thereafter, investigators discovered about 80 pounds of marijuana and hundreds of thousands of dollars stashed in a fake wall.
It's what we've thought all along, dude. Marijuana fucking kills people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is he selling it for? Didn't he have ties to some mafia shit or something?
I don't know if it's clear yet. They may be keeping that kind of quiet.
Right.
But they searched it based on a tip. So somebody told on him.
That's fucking nuts. You're making that much money in a legit business.
Yeah.
Like, how I fantasize about making $100,000 a year. Fantasize.
Yeah.
It'll never happen.
No.
I might, maybe, if I get lucky, and if my talents pay off at some point, maybe. But what is this level of greed that you get to where you have like, oh, I'm gonna have a really successful a profitable maraschino cherry farm as a cover-up for my actual business. Like,
Yeah.
how much money do you fucking need? What drives a person to behave this way?
Maybe it's not money. It's just thrills.
It must be.
Yeah.
It must be.
It's the good times.
Yeah. Remember the wheeling and dealing before I shot myself? That shit was great.
I mean, that's how it's done.
Right.
That's the way to go.
Before I shot it, take care of my kids and blew my brains against the fucking stained glass.
Maybe he was
window in my fancy bathroom. What?
Maybe he was strong-armed into doing it. Did he like inherit the business or any shit like that? Maybe he didn't want to do it and he was being kind of, forced against his will and shit.
Well, let's see. According to an anonymous source, apparently he had fallen on hard times and was trying to boost his cherry business. So he was bolstering his funds by also selling 80 pounds of marijuana.
Oh, so he was like laundering it. Well, obviously laundering it. That
Yeah.
way through,
What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Selling marijuana. God. As though that doesn't funnel directly back to the
scum
terrorists.
Of the earth.
Right.
Killing our children.
Basically killing American soldiers.
Yeah. He is, yeah.
What's
Murdering
next,
the American soldier. All right, our last story of the night, I think, is probably one of our favorites. It happened at the Buckingham Palace, and I'll bet a lot of our listeners have already seen this video, but we can't not talk about it. A man showing off his royal hindness.
Wow, is that clever?
Climbed out a window naked and shimmied down a bed sheet at London's royal address in a video that some have called a hoax. I don't know about that, though. We have the video here. We've got it. No, we don't have it on the. This guy? No, I don't think we do. But I'll put it up on the page for everybody, so you guys can follow along if you would like to. It is a really
some organ music.
Fucking funny ass video. And it shows a man climbing over a balcony and trying to climb down a bed sheet, or what actually looks to be 2 or 3 bed sheets tied together. And he's completely naked, wearing one
We've watched
sock.
the video a few times. What happens is some tourists are fucking filming the guard, the stupid fucking weirdos.
Guard
that
parade.
Walk past in marching band outfits and with rifles and look at us, we guard a place. And the camera floats up above them, and they notice a guy coming out of a 3rd-story window.
Yeah.
And he's shimmying down a bedsheet rope.
I have not seen this video.
Now, he makes it down about half a story, and he falls. Can you get the video and send it to me, please?
Yeah, I did. I already sent it to you.
Where?
I thought you had it here.
Oh, I got it right here. All right, here we go. We'll watch it right here. David Box, check this out. So, we got these people filming this. This guy's gonna fall from this like 2.5 stories up. Now this is at Buckingham Palace. Now, I don't know. Does anyone else here ever remember? Has the royal family ever been implicated in any kind of weird sex fucking practices or anything? Now look at that. Did you
Not
see this?
the royal
Look at that.
family.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause it right there. Are you
He's got
seeing that?
one sock on.
Now,
One sock, yeah.
this guy has tied a rope, thrown it off a little balcony window situation, and he's trying to shimmy down. He's got one sock on. Naked man. Here we go, David Box. I'm going to let you describe to people what happens here.
All right, so he's shimmying down the cartoon. Oh,
No,
he was
he's
so
fucking hurt, right?
So he
There's no way.
Yeah.
How high did he just fall from?
Really high.
2
That was
stories, right?
At least 2
Like,
stories. But here's the other thing, though. It looks like the building could be taller than it appears in this frame because of how the balcony comes across.
These fucking little cunts in this video are just laughing at this, too.
Yeah, that was at least 2 stories. Actually, it looks like it was more like 3 stories
Yeah,
up that he fell.
That looks pretty
Yeah.
high.
That first story is a doozy.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
first story is a doozy. That's
Dude,
like a
the whole
20.
thing is a doozy.
That's like a 22-foot story.
Yeah.
That first story. Yeah. That guy fell from high as fuck.
Yeah.
And Buckingham Palace is refusing to comment.
No, yeah, they haven't said anything about it.
No, that
What?
didn't happen.
Yeah. No
What?
way.
There's a video.
No.
No.
But what about the video?
I'm the queen. No man fell. No.
No. No, I own the world.
I'm the queen.
I'm the queen.
Fucking weirdos in there. Now, again, has the royal family ever been implicated in any kind of weird sexual stuff in the past?
No.
Boy, oh boy.
I don't
sure
think
would hope
so.
not. I sure would hope not.
No, I'm pretty sure not.
A naked guy falls out a fucking window. Plain as day, you can see it. We all just watched the video, right?
Yeah, we saw it.
I think there's a commercial playing on this.
Oh. Well, that's probably
But no, there's nothing weird about that.
What do you guys think of that? And they won't comment, right? That
Yeah.
didn't happen?
No,
Guy
I don't
had
think
to-
that's weird at
He
all.
had to have broken his leg.
At least.
He had to have broken his leg. Had
he,
to have.
It
Yeah.
looked like he didn't fall with much control. He might have when you don't jump and like start
Mean
falling with
to,
intention
yeah.
and stuff. He looked like he could have fallen right on his back or his head. He
Yeah.
started falling right backwards.
Maybe he died. Maybe that's why they won't talk about
Yeah.
it.
That's what I'm thinking, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a member of the royal family and he's dead.
Maybe he's a secret member of the
Maybe
royal
he's
family.
one of their inbred fucking children that they try to hide
Yeah.
away, you know?
Maybe he wasn't wearing a sock. Maybe he had really bad frostbite.
Now we're getting somewhere. On one foot.
And look at the way these fucking cunts react. They're just laughing.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder what kind of... Who's the cameraman and everything? Because he's got, the perfect camera to be doing this, and what is he here shooting?
It is an amazingly clear video.
Yeah, what's the purpose of the video that he's there doing?
He's
and
shooting
how did he just
the
happen
guard
to-
parade.
Well, the whole thing, it has the feeling of a choreographed thing.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that too. I was like, wow, that's awfully convenient the way he caught that in the background of that shot. And also, he was already framed way above what he was shooting.
You know what else? If you watch this video, watch again. There's no reason for him to fall. He looks like an able-bodied guy.
No,
and he
looks
starts
like he
climbing
falls-
down, and he just lets go. He doesn't really fall for any reason.
It looks like he falls because, look, he gets to a knot, and it looks like he doesn't, because he was kind of sliding. He got to the knot, and he probably tried to let go and re-grip under the knot. That's what it looks like.
Let's check this out, David
Yeah.
Box. Look at this. Maybe.
It's possible.
Maybe. I guess that's a good
Maybe he's
interpretation of it.
starved and fatigued or something. But
Right.
look at the
Yeah, who the
effort.
fuck knows what he's been doing?
Or
Look
your
at the
adrenaline's going, and you're not used to just dead climbing down fabric
Yeah.
with your whole body weight. I mean, that's fucking difficult.
Yeah,
shit right
there's
there.
no, I mean, I
Yeah.
would absolutely fall. Here's what I want to know. How did he know if he was involved in some weird prisoner situation and he was only wearing one sock? Why did he have time to securely tie all of these bed sheets together undetected, but didn't have time to put on his other goddamn sock
Yeah.
or take the
Right.
one sock off just so that both of his feet would be even?
Yeah.
This is an extremely strange story. Why is this not focused on more?
I don't know, because
This
people
is an
just think it's funny.
extremely strange story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would this? I mean, if it's not staged, and if it is staged,
Why?
What? Yeah.
what is going on?
Why regardless? Why why this? Why does this exist? Why is this here?
I can't even begin to speculate.
This
I-
is.
Dude,
uh,
I can't fucking. Where's his other sock? What if it is frostbite? What if you were right?
If it's a sock, it's really strange because in any escape situation, you want your feet to be perfectly symmetrical.
Right.
You know, it's gonna mess you up if you've got one shoe on and a barefoot, you know.
Guy jumps out of Buckingham Palace. No comment.
Nothing.
Sorry.
They don't have to. The queen owns the world.
I'm the queen.
I'm the queen. I own the world.
I'm the queen.
Listen here. I'm the queen.
We're the no queen. Man jumped from my palace. I'm the queen.
No, I don't know where you heard that.
I don't know. I'm the queen.
Can you play it again?
Yeah. Play it again. Check it out.
I just want to. It's. It's definitely not like a video composite. It doesn't look like he was added in later.
No.
Or anything like that, for sure.
I mean, that definitely, he's climbing out of that window.
I just wanted to
It's
take
got a
another
very,
look at it.
Real feel.
Yeah.
To it. But yeah, dude, that's a fucking insane thing. I mean, if they don't ever comment on it, that's just another. I mean,
it's just here. Here it is.
But there's hundreds of these things with the British royal family. Like,
yeah.
Hey, this one time that this blue naked guy was found here, and they're like, yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. No. I'm the queen.
I don't think that
You
happened.
didn't see that.
You're making that up.
Like the queen, like the Wallace and Gromit queen. I'm the queen.
It looks like the cameraman might have been able to run around and take a look and stuff. You know? There's like an open gate there, and, you know, maybe if he ran around the building, he could have seen. I mean, I'm a little disappointed that there's just this video and there's no comment from the person who produced it, you know?
Yeah.
I think is he with these girls that are watching this thing and giggling? Because it seems, it's possible.
Yeah, because they look right back at him.
It's possible, but it seems like really good intuition for him to zoom out to get the reaction shot of these people. Like, if you see something like that and you're shooting it right after the dude falls,
you're gonna,
I better get the reaction shot.
Yeah.
It just seems like if I was shooting this and I saw that shit happen, I'm going to get the rest of the footage and fuck these bitches, whoever they are. You know?
Right.
I'm going to go get the story.
That is strange.
Who are they? You know, it doesn't matter. If it's my mom, I'm going to run her over to go get the shot.
He backs right back up to get there, and they didn't even have a good reaction.
No, it was almost as if he said, hey, look up there, something hilarious is about to happen.
Yeah. And they looked at him like, why did you know that was going to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or it is a
weird.
really good video composite. And he's like, what is that in the window? Did you see that? Oh, my God. And then they're like, oh, no, I didn't see it. What are you talking about? And then he plays back the video after he does his magic, and it becomes this viral thing.
Yeah. That's it.
It's him. It's the
It's
cameraman.
It's him climbing out of the window.
Cameraman seems like he's in on it. I don't know. That's a really weird thing. That's like the White House, right? I mean, how are you?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I don't know. If it were me, I would have done things very differently had it been a genuine situation, you know? I can't really speak because I don't know anything about this person, but as an experienced camera person, doing news and needing to get things on the fly and spontaneous things happening, you move and you get it. Yeah.
You try to get up there.
Yeah.
Somehow. All right, I guess that's it, though.
Well, I guess that's it.
You guys ready to get out of here?
Guys. Yes.
Thanks for tuning in to the Sunday.
Sunday.
Thanks,
everyone. It was succulent. It was land buzz.
Succulent Sunday.
Come back Thursday. Thursday. You're gonna love fucking Thursday. Oh, we should tell people.
Time for Thursday.
We said that we were going to do the Bachelor's Grove
yeah.
documentary tonight, and the Earthling couldn't make it here, so we're going to wait till we can have him in on it. So that's going to have to go down Thursday, where we're going to, basically Mystery Science Theater
yeah, that's going to be funny.
A really shitty paranormal documentary.
I fell asleep.
Yeah, that's how good it was.
Yeah, so we're doing that. I don't know. We'll be back in a few days. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Sunday.
As always, to the Sunday Evening Overdose. We will see you short.
Bye.
All right. Wait, what do I say now? We'll see you?
We'll see you.
See you, guys.
Good. So long.
See you later.